grown and sexy, but clean sometimes. That's what's up. We didn't say it was a family show, so there's that. Wait, are we with that? Well, this or that? Are we?
I don't know. We all over the place.
Had to come out of retirement. These knees they was snap, cracking, and popping, like a Rice Krispie. But we made it do what it do. But I did take a couple ibuprofens afterwards, though. All right.
Mud Talk with Big T, Shay, and Miss Amy.
Can you count, suckers? Get busy, y'all. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Yo, what's good? It's your homie Big T.
It's your boy Red.
And Miss Amy.
And you listen to the only podcast that brings you the latest in music, news, and fashion, and the only show that keeps your ears to the streets.
While we grind in a 419.
Yes. What's Red? He from behind the booth again, Red.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're not gonna win the street.
Too, man. Yeah.
I'm so
Why
proud.
not?
Hey, this guy had a birthday and now he gets to be in front of the camera.
Look at you. Happy birthday to you.
33rd.
Yeah. You 33?
Yeah. I'm from State.
What do you think he was?
Older than me? I don't know.
Oh.
Really?
How
Yeah,
old are
he
you?
thought
I really thought he was older than me.
How old are you?
I'm 34. I'll
Oh,
be 35
she's
this year.
34, Shotty.
Hey.
34. How old are you?
43.
Thank you. I'm 41.
Okay, then.
You like that fact that means 44.
I'm 44, actually.
Okay, I appreciate you because I'm usually the oldest person here by a lot.
Wow. All right, Red. Well, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
All right, so we have a big show today. We know last week it was kind of heavy, but this week we got some heavy hitters in the building.
Amazing.
We have Taneda Bartender is in the
Shout
building.
out.
She's gonna give you some bartending tips. And then we have Financial Bag Lady is in the building, so we're gonna chop it up with her. And then we have our Mud Artist of the Week. Chuco is in the building as well too. So we got a lot going on, y'all.
I'm excited.
I'm very, very excited. So y'all know before we get anything popping, y'all know I gotta give y'all what we call Big T with the T. And this is where I give you all of the drama and the messiness that's going on with these celebrities.
Can't wait.
Listen, I've been waiting to tell y'all about this all week long. So we got some good stuff coming on.
Oh my God, it's Big T with the T.
There it is.
Thank you,
I knew
Red.
that was coming.
I love your sound effects. I appreciate it.
Yes.
All right, well, so first in news, we're talking about Tiger Woods, y'all. Woo. Tiger is messy. Let me tell you about Tiger. So, Tiger Woods split from his ex-girlfriend and is way nastier than what we thought. TMZ has learned that she's suing him for $30 million. She's claiming that he cooked up a scheme to toss her out of their home. According to documents from TMZ, Erica Herman and Tiger actually broke up last fall. The couple had been living together in their home in Florida for 6 years, during which time Erica said she performed valuable services for Tiger in exchange for living there rent-free. Whatever those services were, ain't none of my business.
They're very valuable, apparently.
They're very valuable.
$30 million.
Yes. So Erica claims that Tiger's people convinced her to pack a suitcase last fall for a short vacation without Tiger and drove her to the airport. Once they arrived at the airport, she was told that she had been locked out of the house and could not go back. Erica alleges one of Tiger's lawyers even met her at the airport with a proposal to resolve any outstanding issues between the two. She also claims they confiscated more than $40,000 in cash that she had at the house, and they accused her of doing something shady to get the money. The two share 2 kids together, and Tiger denies there was ever any agreement about her living in the home. Instead, Tiger says she was just there as his girlfriend.
She was performing valuable services.
She sure was. So I didn't say this, but she claimed it was an oral agreement, is what she said.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
All I got to say about
She
that.
used $40,000 worth of oral agreements.
That must be some good oral agreement.
Damn.
Must be.
For $40,000.
I'd pay for that.
Nice.
I'd pay for that.
Hey, you know what?
All right. In other news, Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny are officially a couple. So if you didn't know, now you know. So it's no longer any speculation. They were finally photographed together, and they were touching each other's body. They was all over each other. The model and the reggaeton superstar were out Tuesday night with friends, including her sister Kylie Jenner. And Bad Bunny was trailing as they left Sushi Park in WeHo. They were soon all over each other. They've been linked together since February, and now this is finally when they are finally public.
It's gonna be a very white girl with me. Who the hell is Bad Bunny?
So Bad Bunny is a reggaeton, so Hispanic, like Hispanic, Latino superstar. He's a rapper, very international, very well known, and he's linked up with Kendall Jenner.
Clearly not well known in the white girl community.
Clearly
I have
not.
no idea.
Clearly not.
Every time
Put
you say
that on
that,
the
I think
Ask the
it
White
was
Girl.
Bugs Bunny. I don't know what you're saying. Maybe that's my age too. We'll go with that.
We'll put that on Ask the White Girl.
Right.
Who is Bad Bunny?
I don't know.
No.
Nobody knows. I mean, no white girls know.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So
I don't.
congratulations to Kendall and Bad Bunny
Yes.
for officially being a couple.
That's probably the guy that I've seen like all over the tabloids that they keep saying that
Probably.
she's linked with. And
Yes.
she was like denying or they weren't together. And then
Now they've been kissing and smooching since February.
why do they always deny that? Why do celebrities do that?
I don't know. I just feel like if you fucking with somebody, just say you fucking with them.
Yeah.
Like if we smashing, hey yo, me and Kendall, we smashing.
It's like that's like junior high stuff. Like when I have my
Yes.
students and I'm like, hey, what's your girlfriend's name? I'm not gonna tell you.
Like I'm gonna find out.
Why
anyway.
is that your girlfriend?
Because
Right.
that's private. Let them have it.
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
you
but
don't-
if you're gonna
that's
be out in
like-
public with what is
You said Bugs Bunny, girl.
Whatever his name is.
Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Sorry, Bad Bunny, don't sue me. I'm sure you're a great reggae rapper guy.
Reggaeton.
Reggaeton. Is that a type of rap?
Yes,
Oh.
yes,
It
it's
is.
Girl,
Uh,
we're gonna get you.
we
like,
gonna get
you know,
together.
and like
We're gonna
reggae
get you
music.
together.
I like
can
that. I do
listen.
like reggae and Latino.
Yes,
I
but
just didn't know
it's
some-
all in Spanish though. It's not in
It's
English.
fine.
So
We can get the translations.
Yeah, you know what they
Right.
say. It's a good beat.
it's a good beat.
Mhm.
All right, and last in news that's going on, Memphis Grizzly guard Mr. Morant. Let's talk about him.
Oh my God, Ja.
Ja Morant. So he will be away from the team for at least 4 more games, the team said on Wednesday, shortly after police announced that he would not face any charges in Colorado related to the live stream video in which he appeared to be displaying a gun in a strip club. So they are suspending him for 4 games. 4 games. If you didn't know, he was on Instagram Live waving a gun around the strip club. Of course, everything on the internet gets screenshot and screen recorded, and it made news. And so, therefore, the Memphis Grizzlies are suspending him for 4 games for waving a gun on Instagram Live.
So is this like a waving the gun because I'm gonna shoot somebody, or waving the gun like I got girls' titties
No,
in my
you
face?
can't.
He was just flashing,
He was
like
just
that
like,
flashy.
look at my gun.
But being a celebrity,
yeah,
you can't do that.
but also he's a celebrity. Why do you need to wave your gun?
Because
Exactly.
he ain't got no good friends. Like, why ain't none of his friends be like,
Right,
yo,
like
chill
hey,
out.
yeah,
Yeah,
or even
chill
just
out,
a
too.
PR reps, anybody, to be like,
Anybody.
put the
Yeah.
gun down.
And a lot of people have been tweeting to John Morant, just saying like, hey, like you need to make better choices. You don't have to be like the people who are around you. You don't have to be like where you're from and all this other stuff that's going on. So a lot of the celebrities like in the football world, the basketball world have been tweeting him and reaching out to him. So shout out to all of those people who are reaching out and saying, hey, like stop doing that.
So is he's you said where he's from? Is that like I would assume an area where flashing a gun is a thing?
He's from Memphis, right?
I think so, but he's not from a tough part of Memphis.
Okay.
Like a lot of people are
Yeah,
saying, like
'cause
he
he was-
even grew up in like in the suburbs or something.
Yeah. So
Because I mean I've seen that with like professional athletes. A lot of times they're young kids. Sometimes they come from neighborhoods where they have it's normal to have guns and that you just kind of have to be tough. And then they go into the celebrity world and they forget that you can't do that because now
Exactly.
you're in the spotlight. And that's I think what gets a lot of the young athletes in trouble.
And he's already dealing with a couple situations where he's been accused of beating up teenagers at his sister's school and all type of stuff going on. So John needs to chill out.
Right.
I just
Relax.
kind of feel like he feels like he's invincible now because he is a celebrity.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he can just get
Yeah.
out. Like, nah.
how he came
He
up
has that
with-
opposite. Like you can't do that.
Right.
You want to keep your
Yeah.
celebrity status.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Big T with the tea. And if you know I got some tea, I'm gonna spill it here first on Mud Talk.
Splash.
That was a lot of
Dude,
messy.
You and these sound effects are killing me.
We used to get you in the studio and just let you record them all.
Yeah, just record all the sound effects. All right, so we have a very special guest in the building. We have a new segment also too called Bar Talk, and with that, we have Miss Tanae, the bartender. How are you?
I'm so excited to be here.
Yes.
I am. I love podcasts. And I love y'all podcasts. So it's exciting that I get to be here for it.
Yes.
For a drink while she's talking.
There you go.
Yes, matter of fact, yes. Since it's gonna be a segment, I mean, we gonna practice it. Let's go ahead, everybody.
Let's go ahead and
Go
drink
and
it.
get your little
You
drink.
want me to-
drink.
well,
Yeah, oh yeah, pour it.
I got you. I got you. You want the little.
You want some pickle juice too?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So wait, tell us about that.
Okay, so before I even get straight into the
yeah.
tips, I came in with some Jameson because we're gonna do some tips on being ready for St. Patrick's Day because it's right around the corner for real.
Mm.
So I brought in Jameson because that's my favorite Irish whiskey, and that's a really big killer for St. Patrick's Day. But I like to do my Jamesons with pickleback. So I do a shot of Jameson and a pickleback, which is just like a little shot afterwards. So you take the shot and then you take the pickle juice right after the Jameson, and it just really cuts it. Like it's smooth. It's already warm when you do your Jameson, but then when you get the little pickle juice, it warms you up a little bit and it cuts away like all the nasty. So,
have you ever mixed it? Because I feel like I don't think I could get the Jameson in my mouth all the way because it's not my thing.
Somebody accidentally made it. So when I order it, so if you order it, just say Jameson with the pickleback. So they know that you have your Jameson over here, pickleback in the back. But one of the bartenders didn't really know, so she's mixing them together. And it's not bad, but I like to do
But for somebody who couldn't actually put the Jameson in my mouth without, I could put them together.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like vodka's better with pickle juice.
I agree.
Because you can't really taste the vodka, but you can do it either way. So, yeah.
So before you even get into your bartending tips for St. Patrick's Day, right? How did you get into bartending?
Okay, so it's always been on my bucket list to be a bartender. And every time I went out, I'm like, oh, let me get a job here. Let me get a job here. And nobody wanted me to do it. Like, I feel like I've been trying to bartend since I was an undergrad. Like, nobody was hiring. They was like, if you want to be a bartender, you got to work your way up.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta serve first. You got to do this. You got to do that before you get there. So I finally my first bartending gig was at Center Court. And they just opened. They just reopened after they had closed like 10,000 times. And the girl was like, "Well, one of my bartenders just quit, and you always been saying you wanted to bartend, so you want to do it." I'm like, "Oh, say less. Let me come back there." So she showed me the ropes. She was like, "Okay, you come in here, do this, do that. Show me the counts." Gave me the very bare minimum, but I got like some really good bartender friends. I was like, "All right, if you're gonna be a good bartender, let me tell you about this." Like Alex, Erica. All the people I work with now was like, okay, do this, do that, do this, and then it's the rest of history. So I've been bartending for 2 years now.
That's what's up.
I do that all too. I want to be a bartender. Nobody wants me to.
I know, girl. You just gotta find somebody.
I'm gonna find
let
somebody.
you do it. You gotta let somebody.
Now, but bartending, a lot of people think bartending is easy. Okay, so there are some pros and cons. What are some pros to bartending? What are some cons to bartending?
Okay, so I think the biggest pro for me is because I don't bartend all that often because I do have a full-time job. Is if you have a good crowd, you got a good vibe, you can get some good ass tips, like period. So if the vibe is good, you cool with everybody, good tips. I say like the downfall of it for me is like if it's too late, too hype, if I don't have people that like are in my corner, I get like nervous about like what's gonna happen. Like if we don't have security there, if like people popping off and I'm still trying to bartend and it's a fight over there, like it's just a lot. So I mean, but thank God, knock on wood, I haven't had to deal with that because I always have people that's like looking out for me because I work at a small bar and it's like a little family, so they look out for me for real. So. But I guess the best part is getting the tips. Yeah, for sure. The extra money.
All right. So you have some St. Patrick's Day tips for people because St. Patrick's Day.
So not bartending tips. These are tips for people going out to drink.
People going out to drink.
Yes.
So sometimes people, because I used to bartend. Sometimes people just act a whole ass.
On St. Patty's Day, people act an ass. You don't have to say sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
people just act the ass, period, when drinking is involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess it really don't matter. But this is specifically for St. Patrick's Day. So I got 5 tips for you when you are going to go out and drink with your friends on St. Patrick's Day. So the first tip is making sure that your planning is absolutely vital for the night. So you need to make sure you ask them questions like who's driving, where are we going, what's the vibe? Like, are we going to be with the black crowd? Are we going to be with the white crowd? Are we going to go downtown? We're going to stay on this side, making sure that you know everything is going to be in place. So you know what the vibe is going to be. Making sure that you have your driver set up because at the end of the day, the police is about to be out heavy on St. Patrick's Day. So make sure you got a sober driver. If you decide to do Uber or Lyft, just be prepared to pay them high prices, like flat the fuck out. We went downtown like in 2018 from Center Court. We went early, man. I'm telling you, we left at like 2:00 and got like Lyft, and it was $40. Yeah. So we was like, okay, we're gonna go down here and kick it for a little bit. On our way back home, that thing was $80 for us to get a ride.
Especially in like peak hours, like bar closing time, it's expensive.
They said $80 for half a mile. Ain't nobody got time for that. So we just made sure we had somebody else. But On a different note, if you are too drunk to drive, AAA does have it available for you to call them and they do free pickups.
Like with your car and you, or just you?
They'll just pick you up. So you have to figure out how to get back to your car, but you can always call AAA especially if you have a membership, they'll come and pick you up wherever you at.
I didn't know that.
So just make sure you know what you're doing for the night. Have your money together because it's already going to be expensive. So point 2, make sure that you are patient because when you go out, it's going to be so many different people. So if you are not a social person, do not take your ass outside. You better stay inside and go ahead and have a little St. Patrick party at home because ain't nobody got time for that. So if you're going to be patient, if you can't be patient with the people out there, just make sure you're also patient with your bartenders because they already gonna have to deal with a bunch of drunk people. 9 times out of 10, I would say 8 times out of 10, they're gonna be sober. So they're gonna have to deal with drunk people. So give them some patience. So if you know that you be drinking your beers and your whiskey or whatever real fast, go ahead and get a couple drinks. Go ahead and chill a little bit so that they have time to get somebody else and then you can come back up and get your drink. So just have patience with them and then make sure you tip them good because they are going to be there to make sure
they're not happy.
And they're not happy.
I'm busy. I don't go out. I love to. I'm a social person. I love to go out. St. Patty's Day is one that I will not go out. I don't care. One time I went out, my friends tried to get me to get a 4-leaf clover tattoo on my ass, and I was like, no. It's not St. Patrick's Day? Yes. And then, I don't know, but that was in college. I didn't. You know what? They're stupid looking. They're 40-some years old with little clovers on their ass, and I don't have one.
And those clovers are probably looking really dried out too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Expanded.
What are you saying about 4-year-olds? You can.
I mean,
call me dried out.
no,
Respectfully.
I'm just saying.
You are dried out. But I will
Dried
say, if I go out on a busy bar night, always order 2. I just order my 2 because I know they're gonna be busy. They're not coming around, and it bothers me so much when people get so mad at you guys and like they're yelling and being so rude and disrespectful. I'm like,
And they
they're
will keep going until you say something like, I can't say nothing to you. I got a group of people right here. Just chill, relax.
I'll be with you. I see you.
And I will say from bartender's experience, if you are an asshole asking for another drink, we're not going to go to you right away. It's not going to be no pep in our steps. So just chill, like literally chill. Okay, point 3. Make sure you prep before you go out and drink. Make sure that your ass is getting something in your system before you go out. I'm not about to go kick it with you if all you had was a salad and a granola bar because you about to be mad at me and I'm not dealing with your drunk, angry, drunk self. Like, make sure you get a burger or something inside your system. On top of that, make sure that you're hydrating. Make sure that you're drinking before, during the day. Make sure you're drinking as you're drinking. Like drinking water as you're drinking is very important. I know I like to drink like vodka water and lemon, or I'll do like water. If I'm doing like just like shots, I'll do like water with this. So making sure you drink before, during, and definitely after. Afterwards, if you need to make sure you got a liquid IV ready, make sure you got some electrolytes, some Gatorades, Powerades, have them at the house.
Pedialyte, y'all.
A Pedialyte, period. Yeah, just have that ready for you when you.
Oh, go ahead.
When you absolutely, so you're not hungover the next day because you're gonna be miserable the next day.
Somebody told me this tip, and it has worked for me. Especially the older you get, the more hungover you get. It's just, I didn't believe it, but trust me, like I cannot drink like I used to. But take 3 pain relievers. We're not allowed to say that. 3 pain relievers and 3 pain relievers and chug of water. I have not woken up hungover once.
You do that right before
I do it right before I go to bed, and I never wake up with a headache, hungover, anything. And then that liquid IV that you're talking about I bought that for my son for college. Not that he drinks underage because that would be very illegal. But when he went to college, I'm not stupid, so I bought him a whole pack of it, and he's like, "Mom, this stuff's amazing." So like that liquid IV is good stuff too.
I'm gonna have to try that next time.
It's
I get 2
good.
drugs. Well, not liquid IV, but the
actual drink. Like there's actual
water.
drink.
No,
yeah,
well, I'm talking about the water and the Tylenol
like,
or whatever.
Oh yeah, try that.
Relievers.
I promise you, right before you go. And then if I don't do it, I hate my next day.
I just wake up and drink just fully water. Like I just
First I wake up and drink again. I was like, well, there's that too.
That's the hair.
I normally do BC powder and water.
I heard about the BC powder.
So BC powder is pretty much like a pain
electrolyte.
Well, no, it's like a pain reliever, but it's on a higher. It's like 980 milligrams.
I need that in my life.
You take it, you take the water, and boom, you get it.
So you ingest it, you don't ingest it if it's a powder.
No, you put it in your water.
Huffing up your nose.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
You put it in your water. I don't put mine in my water.
You did say yell at you if you store anything up your nose earlier.
So I said crack.
Oh, you said smoke crack. My bad.
You don't snort crack, according to Whitney Houston.
Crack.
I'm so weak. Ooh, child.
Okay.
Okay. So point 4, I only got 2 more, y'all. So make sure that you pick your poison wisely. So if you know you're not a whiskey drinker, don't drink whiskey that night. If you're not a tequila drinker or vodka drinker, don't do that. I know typically for St. Patrick's Day, it's going to be a whiskey or Irish car bomb, which is like a Guinness beer with a shot of Jameson in it,
Yeah,
like
not
a
good.
huge shot. Or beers. If you're not that kind of person, don't feel like you have to do that. Like you really don't. Just drink to be drinking. Like it's fine. You don't have to drink that. Like on Cinco de Mayo, I don't be drinking tequila like that because I don't like tequila. You know what I'm saying? Like I might have a margarita, but I'm not gonna drink it all night because I know that's not gonna be me. So just make sure that you know what your vibes are and just
Know how you react.
know how you react. So I mean, some people get really angry if they drink stuff like certain things. Like if I get tequila, I know I'm gonna be wild. Last time I had tequila, I woke up naked and I was not.
I love that.
I didn't like that.
You didn't
After
love
we
that.
after our wedding, I had a shot of tequila and I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, butt ass naked. I was like,
But you
what
said after your
is-
wedding, isn't that the
yeah,
point? Like, isn't that the
no,
whole
but
wedding
it should.
thing?
I should not have woke up
Like,
not knowing.
I think
how
most people want
got-
to wake up butt ass naked at their wedding,
no,
but
I should not have known how. Not confused at how I got back to my house and butt ass naked and cuffed on my dress.
yes,
That was
that's
not
true.
cool.
So tequila for you is like my friends are all cut off of Jaeger. Like
Ooh, yeah,
Jaeger
me
makes
too.
my friends want to fight each other nonstop, and I was like, we are not. You will not.
I do not get drunk off of Jaeger at all. Like I'm
I
drunk.
don't know if they're drunk.
I'm
They're
cut
just
off from
fighting.
vodka.
Vodka?
Yeah.
You
Vodka.
be getting messed up on a vodka?
Vodka got me into a lot of
Really?
trouble.
So weak.
I went to a UT
Oh.
tailgate. That should tell you just how good they went.
Oh, I remember this story. This is
Yes,
a good
I
one.
went to a UT tailgate, and the people that I was with had 100% vodka,
Oh.
and I was just like, "I'm a big dog. I got this. I've been training for this since 17."
Those are famous. last
I
words.
know.
Mhm.
And all I remember was we went at that time was my friend. We went to her house, and her and my uncle and some other people was there, and I thought I was fine. And I got all these text messages the next morning like, "Are you good? Like, you need to call me." And I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm good." And apparently I called my friend like a bitch like 7
Mhm.
times, and I was like, but it wasn't like bitch, like you a bitch. It was like, man, bitch, quit playing. You know what I'm saying? And she was just like,
But it probably didn't come out as happy and excitable as you just said that. I'm
Yeah.
sure it came out like, bitch, quit playing with me. There's
it
a
probably
big
was very
difference.
aggressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, my friend was like, yeah, like you called me like a bitch like 7 or 8 times. And I was like, yep, no more vodka for me.
Tequila's mine. I don't do. I'm like with you.
Yeah.
But mine is it made me sick. Like I got real sick off some margaritas. I thought I was slick, and there's a restaurant around here that has very strong margaritas that we won't advertise. But somebody dared me to
Is
drink.
this the place with good wings?
No, this is a place.
Oh, never
and
mind.
it's on the west side. It's
Okay, never
they're
mind.
famous for their margaritas.
I was
And
gonna-
they
I
use
thought it was
extra
right
things.
spot.
feel like I know
Extra
what
things
you're
to their
talking
margarita.
about.
And so someone dared me to drink. They said, if you drink 3, I'll buy you your 4th and 5th.
Oh
Why
wow.
would you do that? to
Well, because I
yourself?
wanted it. And so I drank it. And then I was cool. I actually drank beer and another one on top of that.
And, that's
And then
why
I
your
threw up for
nose-
an entire day after that.
Exactly.
And I don't remember the next day after that. And that was like when my oldest was like a baby. Like I don't even remember.
So no tequila for you.
No, I know. If I'm honestly no shots. If I'm taking shots, get me home. It's time. So if you
I
all know
remember
that.
that.
If I start taking and if I start buying shots for everybody and taking them with them, it's really time to get me home
Yes.
because we don't know what's about to happen after that.
Well, that's a perfect segue.
Okay.
For my last tip is just make sure if you're going out, just be in the mood, just be prepared to have fun. Like it's St. Patrick's Day. First of all, make sure you're wearing your green because if you go out without green, everybody there that's wearing green is going to be on your case, and you don't even want to have to deal with none of that.
Mhm.
And just surround yourself with people that you like, people that's a good vibe. Just have a good time. So on saying that, I wanted to end it with us taking a shot.
So I'm gonna just drink this wine because
With
we know
your
about shots with
wine.
me.
Cheers.
So cheers.
Cheers. I love it.
Tips.
Good vibes.
Oh,
I
let me
gotta
pull
touch
out.
it.
I'm about to say, let me get my pickle juice ready.
Gotta
Get my pickle juice.
get the pickle.
That's about to be that's about to be a sound. So we're just
That is going to be.
gonna push that button all the
We're
time.
going to clip
Better
that
get your
moment.
pickle.
That was good.
I want that on the soundboard. I just want to push the button and just have that.
Which one?
Better get your pickle.
Get
No,
your
better get your
pickle.
pickle.
Get your pickle.
I'm just gonna start pushing it at random moments.
Gotta
Lord.
get your
I'm
pickle.
for it. I love it.
All right. Well, today we appreciate you for coming on out for Bar Talk.
Yes.
Can't wait to have you back.
Thank you.
Now, since you are the bartender, where are you bartending at on St. Patrick's Day?
I'm not bartending on St. Patrick's Day because I'm going to be partaking.
Yeah.
in St.
Oh, there you
Patrick's
go.
Day, Period. Period. But if you want to see me, I work at Lenny's Bar on Airport. It's across the street from Lowe's, past Reynolds, before you hit, I think it's Holland Savannah. So
Yeah.
it's right over there.
Between Reynolds and Holmes.
Yeah, between Reynolds and Holland Savannah. It's behind the old Valley's Fitness. If you old school Toledo, you know the area. It is not a Valley's no
We've
more,
been
but we're
there.
back
Brad,
there.
you've been there before.
Brad, the first time I ever
That's why I
met you,
feel
we
like
went to
I feel
Lenny's.
like I
What-
might know you from there.
Yeah.
Well, they know Lenny's because we talk about Lenny's a lot. All of our really good podcast
Yeah,
ideas
you
start
are
at
so
Lenny's.
Yes, it does.
We
I've
really
been there
do
and
start at Lenny's.
Yes, I love
Ask
it.
the White Girl.
Ask the white girl.
I'm about to
started
say
at
it.
We
Yeah.
film content. At
We
Lenny's.
have filmed a lot of content. You delete most of it the next day
Yes.
because it's not.
Well, usually the same day. Like
Oh, I
usually
don't
when I'm
know.
done. I usually delete the same day, but also that's where we got our original Ask the White Girl questions from.
That
It
is.
is.
Yes, it
I
is.
was there.
What's
when we started
what was
that.
remember the girl, the lady that asked us the question?
Oh, the white girl.
Yeah.
They asked me a white girl question
Yes.
about. It was about
It's about
dicks.
yes. She yeah.
That was yeah. We
Ooh,
we
I
already-
wanna
we
know
already-
who it was.
It was- what was
You
her
know, I know
name?
everybody.
She
else.
doesn't come in there at all.
No, she was there. She was there, like I think, with a guy she was trying to get it in.
Yeah.
That's
But
all
she
I
had
know.
just got divorced.
Mm.
So
Was
she
he
was-
black
Yeah,
or white?
she was-
He was
she was-
black. She was white.
She was white.
I think you were there. Like you.
I
Were,
know. That's what I'm
You
saying.
know,
I'm
you-
trying to figure
you-
out who you're talking about.
She was like older. God, what was her
And
name?
she was
Was it
with a black man.
Bonnie?
Mm.
What was it? Biddy? No,
Biddy?
was it Biddy
Oh
or
Lord,
Bonnie?
I don't.
Patty picture. I don't
It
know.
was
You said
something.
Patty.
It
I don't
was
know
it was
what it
something,
was.
but she was asking questions about dudes' dicks, like black
And people
dudes.
going down on people or something.
She said that white dudes don't do it as good.
Oh,
as
that's
black
right, because we
dudes.
argued about that, about the
Yes.
whole white guys versus black guys and going down on girls. We had
Yes.
a long argument about that. I disagreed with her.
She was saying that her experience with oral sex.
Her experience with the guy that she was trying to get it in with, it's like probably the only black guy she's ever
Yeah, she
been
said
with.
it was
Yeah.
better. She said the oral sex was better with the black dude than the white dude, and she wanted to know why.
I can see that.
But I think that goes back to kind of what
I
we're
can
talking
see
about in the
that.
pre-situation, where I think it just depends on the person.
Yes,
Mhm.
I don't think it's a race thing. I think it's a do I know how to eat it thing.
some people got the gift, and some people
So
don't.
you're right, absolutely.
Use your talent.
Some people got that $40,000 oral, and some people don't.
Listen, if you don't have $40 million oral,
What was
are
it,
you
million
doing?
or thousand? I think we're
$40 million.
No, she said she had $40,000.
It was like $40 million
She's suing him for
Oh, she's
like
suing him.
something.
Yeah, yeah.
Find me some $40 million oils. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. I'm with it. Let's go.
Man, look, I would try
$40
it.
million oral? Shit.
It's worth it.
All right. Well, thank you tonight for coming
Thank
out.
you,
She's gonna stick
guys.
around because we got a game to play with her later on, right?
Ow.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna play. Sure, we got all sorts of
We
games.
got all sorts of games playing, all right?
I'm ready.
All right, so in the meantime, we got some bills to pay. We're gonna go ahead and check out a word from our sponsor, and we'll be right back here on Mud Talk.
Mud Talk is sponsored by Stormy the Social Assistant, Ramba Mamba Jamba Karaoke Party Bus Experience, Many Faces Podcast Studio, Her Academy of Beauty, Makeup Medic Mobile Makeup Artist, Uniquely, Swilt Products, Fame Studios, SB Geek, and Rita Armour with Key Realty. Go ahead, scan the code, and get tapped in with Mud Talk.
What's good, y'all? Show me Big T here, back
Ooh,
on Mud Talk. It's a lot going on on the show today. We are back in the building. We had to pay some bills real quick. Thank you to all of our sponsors that
Yes.
you just saw in that video. We appreciate you guys so much. And a lot of those guys sponsored from our Valentine's Day
Yeah.
show, so we really appreciate them.
Gotta split our
Thanks to-
couples.
Yes, Fame Studios, Mobile Medic, Rita Armour, SB Geek, Uniquely,
Ramba
Mamba Jamba
Ramba.
Party Bus
Ramba
Experience.
Mamba.
Ramba Mamba Jamba. I got it this time.
Ramba Mamba Jamba Karaoke Party Bus
Her
Experience.
Beauty. There was.
Her Beauty Academy, Many Faces Podcast Studio,
Many
home of the
faces.
Apple Podcast Charted show.
Are we one?
Mud
What
Talk.
was our chart?
We were
had
112.
112.
Period.
Well,
Yes.
We were 112.
We gotta break that
and
100.
what, we hit 1,000 views. And
Over
what?
1,000.
Yes, we had over
In
1,000
what, one
streams.
day?
Street.
Wow.
No.
In one day,
Not one
Red.
day. In the course of a whole year, we've hit over 1,000
That's
streams for the
good.
show.
That's
Oh.
the first year.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you,
Thank you.
thank you. Well,
To have you do this.
And speaking of, she on the mic. We got the financial bag lady in the building. How you feeling?
What up? What up? I'm good. How are you?
I am great. Now, a lot of people mess up your name. Okay, so just to clarify, okay, for the viewers who are watching and listening, what is the correct pronunciation of your name?
It is Laticia. It rhymes with Patricia.
There you go, Laticia. People all the time are like, "What up, Tisha?" And I'd be like, "That is not her
Is
name."
it like the way it's spelled? I said Tisha. When I first saw it, I said Tisha. I was
Yeah.
like, how do you spell it?
No, but a lot of
Laticia.
Laticia.
A lot of people say Laticia.
Laticia. I can
Oh,
see that.
okay.
It's
Laticia.
Laticia, right?
it's Laticia, like
Yeah.
Patricia.
Yeah.
Rhymes with
Laticia.
Patricia.
All the time. All the
Yes.
time. They're-
You have to say that too, don't you?
Yes. Well, and
Rhymes with
I'll be
Patricia.
45 and I still have to say that.
My
Yes.
maiden name was Brown. It was brown like the color. Every time I said brown like the color. Brown like the color.
People don't pronounce brown.
Brownie. There's no E. It literally is spelled
Wow.
Brown. Find me the E. True
Wow.
story.
Wow.
That's deep.
I promise.
That is.
Yeah.
Well, that's another Mother Talk segment. Tutoring with Ty. I don't know.
You know what?
Something-
Hey, best ideas.
Look, Dan
It's
and
because
Dan.
she's here from Money's idea. Tutoring with Ty.
There we go.
We're gonna teach you how to say things.
I need to put that on the next show.
You do. You do.
I probably
That's
will. I got
unfortunate.
you.
We gotta teach you how to say things.
All right, so we got the financial bag lady in the building now. Tell us all about financial bag lady because we see it all over the place. But for the people who don't know, what is it about?
So basically in 2014, 2015, I had met this guy who was helping people repair their credit and helping with their finances. Someone had posted that he had gotten their student loans removed, and I was like, wait, let me meet with him. So I sat down with him, and I was subscribed to his email list, and when we sat down, I had every email. And he was like, who was that? I'm like, that's your stuff. So he was looking for an assistant, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. So he's had a company called Witness Riches with late great Jason White, rest in peace, my boy. But I went to go work for him, and then years came, and I started talking to him about helping women with their finances. And so I needed a name, and he said, well, let's call you Bag Lady. And I was like, okay. So I started doing segments, and we started doing different. We had a podcast called Dough Chaser TV. Started doing that. And he passed away in August of 2021. So I wasn't going to do any financial anything, but people kept coming to me saying that they needed help. They trusted me. You know, we had about 750 clients before we closed. So those people were reaching out to my inbox right now probably has like 700 people in there just waiting.
Oh, wow.
And so I wasn't going to do anything, but when people tell you if you don't use something, you lose it, that's what started happening to me. I started losing some of the information, and it made me nervous. So in April of 2022, that's when I launched Bag Lady Financial because I wanted to definitely help our community. I didn't want to stop what we had already started.
Okay. Now, with the financial bag lady, what services do you provide?
Right now, I provide personal finance. So we do budgeting, we do credit repair and credit restoration. Sometimes people think you need or credit building, excuse me. Sometimes people think you need your credit repair, but sometimes you just need to build on to what you already have. It's not even a repair situation.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, what is your sole mission with financial bag lady?
My mission is to educate our community on things that we haven't. Right now, I've been going to different employers haven't had me come in and talk to like their younger crew.
Okay.
But I really want to start with like small children, like preschool, and then bring them up. Because I feel like if I could teach my kids, I could teach anyone. Because my kids are So if I can do that with my children, I feel like I can do it with our children. So yeah, my mission is to have our community, you know, just everybody, because when I worked for Witness Riches, we had the whole community talking about money and saving and all of that. I just want to get that back. I want to put a positive spin because people think like, well, when they hear the word budget, they're like, what? I'm like, no, it's not a restriction. It's a roadmap for your money.
Right.
It's a plan. We plan everything else. Why not plan your money?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what are some of the common questions or people reach out to you for as far as your services?
How can I get an 850 credit score?
That would be my number one question.
850.
I'm like, whoa, you ain't even started. You started.
They're going to the top.
Yeah.
850. Get me
I
up
was trying to
here.
get a
I was
650.
like,
I just want something that I can get a
whoa.
loan.
I'm like 850. So I tell them what to do because I have like a whole breakdown. This is what you got to do. Oh, so or they'll say, well, how can I save money? Well, you got to change your mindset. You got to be disciplined. It's not just one day you start saving. You have to have a different mindset when it comes to that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, before we ask you about your money saving tips, I have some tips. Okay, so this.
Oh,
is
you
what,
got some tips.
I do, yes, and this is what we
The
call
financial bag man.
financial bag man. Something I don't know.
Tips with the T.
Thank you. So this is what we call tips for tea, and this is where I give you 5 things on what you should or should not do. And today we're talking about what you should or should not do with your tax money. Okay. So every time we do these tips with tea, they always say we're gonna need security, and I promise y'all, not today, maybe next week. I don't know, but they always get told like we're gonna need security because your tips just be.
It's fine.
Yeah. So I'll try to.
I got you.
We
You gotta
appreciate
get past me first.
Yeah, listen, you gotta get past Miss Amy first.
Right.
All right.
Give me a security shirt though. I really want one.
You
With
ready?
a bouncer.
We should put that in the back of your next month talk shirt.
I will. I
Okay.
got you.
I'll work on it. All right. So here are my tips. All right. So these are 5 things that what you should or should not do with your taxes. So tip number 1, don't be impulsive. Okay. Make sure everything is good first. That BBL can wait. Okay. So make sure that you don't just spend your money. Let it sit for a minute. Okay. Figure out what you're going to do with it. But that
These are the opinions of Mud Talk Radio and not Bag Lady Financial.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Just
Yes.
so y'all know.
Bag lady says just spend it. Like right now.
Just
We'll
spend
let you speak on these
Yes.
and you can.
But so many people, as soon as they hit their account, they just like, let me spend
You
it.
know they already
Spend
had
it,
that
spend
spend
it.
before it hit the account.
They
Come
probably
on.
did. So, but just chill out, y'all. Sit in it for a minute and figure out what you're going to do first.
Hey, I done blew through $20,000 before.
Woo, don't please.
Red.
Come on, next, please.
See?
I'll
Thank
hear
I
that.
swear to God, I done blew through
Please.
All right.
$20,000.
Tip number 2, file your taxes legally. Okay. If you see a tax flyer that has Kim Kardashian on the flyer, Kim Kardashian not doing your taxes.
You hate
They
your
not
flyers
legit.
with
I
Kim
cannot
Kardashian
stand
on them.
it. Kardashian, Cardi B, K Michelle, any of those
At one
people.
point in time, you said Martin Luther King. Just that.
No, that's
on
because
the flyer.
they were putting Martin Luther King on bar flyers. And I
That's
was
what I
like,
do with Cardi, though.
Man,
I
what?
love Cardi.
yes, we love Cardi, but Cardi ain't doing nobody taxes.
So how do you know?
The club, go ahead.
She ain't doing
She's
nobody
got a
taxes.
whole
The club
college degree
photos
she's
look-
working on. Maybe she is doing
and and
taxes.
she's also doing community service right now too.
Well, don't judge her.
I
We
didn't.
don't
I'm just
judge her.
stating facts. All right. Tip number 3. Please claim your own kids. Okay. There be people out here, y'all messing up people's money. You claiming Day at the same time as mama claiming Day. You can't do that. Okay. So,
There are restrictions. There are there is actual paperwork out there that
Yes.
says who you can and cannot claim.
well, people are trying to claim the same kids. And they can't be doing
I need to find another kid to claim.
that.
After he just said
Yeah,
don't.
just
I just need to find a kid to
Exhibit
claim.
All right. Tip number 4. Ladies, don't give your dude your tax money
No.
talking about he gonna flip your money.
Nobody's
Child.
flipping anything.
Ain't nobody you let
Yeah,
him flip your
look,
tax.
look, baby, I'm about to just we about to get like
I don't even
17
play with my money.
bands off this.
Listen,
If he tries to flip it like that, you just need to not talk to him.
You let him flip your tax money, you let him flip the birds.
Yeah.
Listen.
So relax.
Pretty
So
much.
if he talking about let me borrow some money to invest into the rap career, I'm gonna give it right back when he get his first advancement check, don't do it.
So also, when they start getting really nice to you during tax time,
Yeah.
and they start talking sweet to you, they just want that tax money. So
They just want
they
it.
just want to flip your money.
They just want to flip
Or-
your money.
when I
That
say
tax money.
when I say flip, I mean they're just trying to get some.
They're just trying
Fuck
to
the
So if you
tax
notice around
money.
the tax return time that they start to be real sweet to you, it's time to maybe just not give them any money.
Yep, there you go. And my last tip is when you buying Jordans, buy stock in Jordans too. I don't have no problem with people buying Jordans, but if we gonna be
That's a good
responsible and invest into Jordans as well too. Okay. So
But
I have
also if you want to invest really good, invest into the weed companies because I know you're all buying weed too.
absolutely
And honestly, that's a good investment.
that's a
It
very
is.
good investment.
Yep.
But
Weed
I have
companies.
no problem with people waiting in line for 30 minutes on hour for
Right.
Jordans. But guess
Or
what? When you got that line, I need you to look online to see
Yes.
how you can invest in some Jordans.
I don't sponsor in Jordans. It's 3 stripes, no Nikes.
Do you
Okay.
sponsor weed though?
Because
Because I'm just saying.
He said,
He's like, well,
No
then there's
comment.
that.
All right.
Right.
Well, that was Tips with T. And that was 5 things on what you should or
Good
should not
tips.
do with your tax money.
I like it.
See, it wasn't as
It
bad.
wasn't. It wasn't.
There's just one that she wants to fight you on
No,
fine.
yeah,
About
yeah.
Cardi B.
about the spending your
Cardi B.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
Oh,
self-care advocate, so I kind of feel like if they want to get that BBL, if everything is taken care of,
Yeah,
go
you
ahead.
can
I'm
do
all
that.
about
Yeah, for
PPP, peace, prosperity, and purpose.
Yes.
Yes.
So
the
if that's what they
yes.
want to do, that's the PPP that I'm pushing. So if that's
Yes.
one of the
Hey.
things, as long as all of the priorities are taken care of, go
You
and
can
get that
do whatever you need to
BBL.
do.
So
Whatever
if you
you
did a
want
budget
to.
with somebody, would you have them budget that tax money, or is that just extra? Like that's your BBL money. This is your budget money.
So I have a few things in my life.
Okay.
All right
Okay.
now.
So these are my wealth building strategies. So budget. So people have anxiety. One of my clients told me this when they don't have money, and they have anxiety when they do have money. So when a big amount of money comes into your account, if you don't have a plan, you're not gonna know what to do.
Right.
So what we do is we budget the money that they're already making. That's extra. So if I can say if you want to pay your rent up, if you want to pay some bills, they might say, hey, I want to use this for a BBL. Okay. As long as the bills are paid, nothing is behind. Let's figure this out. You got to add your travel. Let's do it, and I'm there with them because
that's an extra budget.
That's
so
an extra.
We're gonna budget your extra.
It's
money
called a sinking fund.
Okay.
A sinking fund is just something that you would set aside and you would place money in there. It's in addition to an emergency fund, savings account, or any other savings account that you have.
So this is like your vacation, your BBL, you want to go get a massage membership, do what you got to do.
Do it.
And I'm not saying don't get the BBL, but I'm saying some people get the money and they just like boom, they don't spend it.
Right.
Like she said, plan it out first.
Plan it out.
Put money away for it, so you're not just getting 20 bands in your bank account and then you spend it.
But use it because I think a lot of times, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but when we're doing budgeting and you're trying to build your credit, you're trying to get your money right, it does feel like you're always just trying to pay off bills, pay off credit, and there's nothing that you're doing for yourself.
Yeah. So what I suggest is people do when you're doing that, it's called the debt snowball.
Mm-hmm.
You start with the smallest. You pay the minimum on that, and then any extra, and then you go on to the next one once that one is paid off. But in between there, celebrate yourself.
Yes.
You know what? Hey, I want to go. I take myself on a date every Wednesday. I haven't been posting them. I used to post them all the time, and I used to people. Where are you going this week? I treat myself. Yes. But I will, my goal, although I'm working with people, my goal is to be debt free by December 31st. That's my goal. So, but I'm going to take a vacation. I'm going to do, I'm going to get a massage. I'm going to do the things but I have that fund set aside.
Yeah.
So I have, my spending plan is that money, but once it's gone, it's gone.
Yes.
Yep.
So, and I had a friend of mine that whenever they would pay off a big debt, they would go treat themselves to a really, really nice dinner.
Yep.
And then it was done. It was back in debt paying. But I think you have to, because if you're only ever paying off debt,
it breaks up the monotony.
Yes.
You don't want to just now you're really just working to pay bills. That's all it is. And then you get discouraged. And
not only that, you hate your job. I don't want to work because I'm just paying off bills.
Paying off bills. Yep. Yeah. So, but
paycheck to paycheck.
This lady that I follow on TikTok. She said paycheck to Saturday. You get paid on Friday. You work on Saturday.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I feel
yes, because you have to. People always talk about breaking generational curses, but we have to break those generational habits too. Mm-hmm. What you seen your mama do, your grandmama do, it didn't work for them.
Right.
So we got to just break that out. But going back to what you said about the taxes, when they get their tax return, pay off debt and don't create more. That's the problem. They go to those buy here, pay here places, and now the car that they got in March not working it by May, but you still got to pay the car note.
Yeah.
Because but if you get enough money, buy a little car that gets you from A to B.
Right.
Save up money, and then the money that you've saved, sell that car, put it together, and then keep upgrading. Yep. Don't just go, oh, I got this $10,000. I'm going to put $3,000 down on the car. Yeah, for what?
Stupid.
You could have bought a $6,000 car.
Because the down means that there's payments coming.
Yes, it's payments coming. And so how long are you going to live off
now
that
you
money?
Still struggling.
You're still struggling.
Yeah.
And you created another bill for yourself.
Yep.
And you don't have that balance to pay that off. So that's my thing. Don't create more debt.
Yeah.
And then one of the most important things in your financial wealth building strategies is what I call it. Number one, get a tribe. Get people around you that are doing what you're doing or that are doing things that you want to do. So I hang around people. My one of my best, closest friends is probably a millionaire. I just don't know, but I'm real close to thinking that they are. But the things, start living, seeing what they're doing, and not the people. So I know a lot of people base wealth on somebody's car or their house. I don't do that, because what I'm thinking, dang, I wonder how much that money is. Yeah. I wonder how much that car note is or that light bill. I don't. So that does not. Yes, when you can be comfortable. You are not using all of your money to do your things that you need to do when you have money left over. And my biggest thing, I'm a huge giver. So if I can see that, then I don't stuff that other people do don't impress me.
Right.
It don't impress me, because I'm you don't know what that person had to do to get that. Exactly. You don't know what they had to do. And it's a lot of people. I have a lot of my clients to delete social media, delete it, Because how did such and such get to go on a vacation? How did they get that car? They was just out of town. They were just delete it.
Right.
Because we're that comparison. You don't know what they had. They could have been 20 years. It could have been you just thought it just happened last week, but they could have been working 20 years to get that house.
Or they could have went into some severe debt.
Yeah, so
like they could have credited.
They could have did it, and you don't even know. We don't know. So the journey has to be our journey. It can't be someone else's journey. So,
well, I think too, when you said like hang out with like-minded people, when you're trying to like budget and you're trying to get your money right, it's real hard to be going out all the time with people that are like just throwing money. Let's go to this bar. Let's go throw it on this cover. Let's go to this restaurant. And you're like, yeah, I'm just trying to save money.
I'm trying to save money.
You know, don't judge me. And it's hard because when you're around people that are spending money like crazy, it's hard to not.
It is.
Right.
But then you have to, what is your end goal?
Yeah.
My end goal is to be debt free, live comfortably, be able to walk in the store and get the things that I want to do, not go in debt doing it, keeping my credit. Because a lot of people will have an 850 credit score, but they broke. They don't have no money. They just got the credit score, but they can't pay for the items. Because why? They paid off debt. They didn't save no money.
Right.
So it's kind of like, it's a balance. It's definitely a balance.
That's what I struggle with. Like my credit's fine, but I can't save money to save my life. True story. Like
so when it comes to money, it's two things. If you have an income problem or a spending problem.
I have a spending problem.
Yep. So.
Yeah.
Mine be spending.
And honestly, I have a spending problem because I am a giver too. Like I'll spend and I'll give to other people all the time because I don't ever. And it's part of it's just like what I do, and like I'm around a lot of people that are, you know, I work with kids that might need some things, and the way I look at it, like I'm not taking any of that with me when I go. But that's not a great way to look at it. I know you're about to yell at me.
Listen, I'm trying to be very wealthy and and comfortable.
If I let go,
yeah. Yeah.
So,
All right. So, do you have any tips for anybody that's listening?
So 2 things that I feel are vital in finances. If you don't take care of them, other people will. Is your time and your money. People will waste both of those. So make sure, you know, that you have a plan for your own time and your own money. And then I just feel like, you know, don't make it so hard. Like it's not, I write it all down. Look at it. You know, hey, this is the plan that I have. Change that mindset. Try to become disciplined. Like she said, you will have friends that's going out and maybe that's not the tribe that you need right now.
Right.
You know, if they're all, or just tell them like, hey, this week I'm not going out, or go out, get an appetizer.
Yeah.
I tell people about proper banking. It's 3 things you should have: bill pay, spending, and savings. Your spending account is your money that you spend for like entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have $50 in there, but you know that $50 only is for 2 weeks, you got to choose your heart.
Right.
Do I pay it? Do I use it now or do I save it?
Mm-hmm.
So just don't. I think people make it so hard and they get so frustrated. So I want to take that away. I don't judge nobody. I'm like, look, the lowest I've seen people with a 300 credit score. I've seen people with an 850 credit score. So I'm just here to help you get to where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear what such and such did. So make the journey your own. If I can say anything, make it your own financial journey. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to always be something. It's not a matter of if something is going to happen, it's when.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's be ready and let's be prepared. So that's all. I'm here to help whoever needs the help. Because I was too, like, I was messed up. Like, I wish Jason could be here to say I was a mess. He's like, girl, how are we helping people and you ain't even got your stuff together? And I was like, you know what, you might be right. I'm a hypocrite. So I had to start, and I was getting people to 850s. I was getting people saving, but I wasn't doing none of it. And one day he said, hey, Brent, come in here real quick. Sit down. We get ready to do you a budget. I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm getting a car next week. He said, if you buy a car, and you don't get your credit score up, I'm going to fire you. And how you going to pay for the car? Wow. And I worked and got my credit score up 135 points in 6 months. Because he was serious. He was like, I'm going to fire you. And then how you going to pay for the car?
Right.
I'm like, oh, shoot. So,
hey, that's a good person in your life.
No, when I tell you that was an eye opener. And I needed that. And so now I'm that for other people. I'm that because I have people that their accountability partners along with their coach. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I have a question. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So I have a lot of friends of mine that maybe are struggling financially, and they have a really big issue with banks. They will hide money all over their house, hide money in their couch, hide money under the mattress, but they will not go to a bank. Like, how do you feel about financial institutions in this?
So I don't have problems with banks. I know a lot of people that do, or they prefer credit unions.
Yes.
So it has to be, if they can find one that they can go in, sit down, talk to someone, try to feel a little bit more comfortable, or get a high yield online banking if
Okay.
that's the thing, because they'll at least make money off of it.
Okay.
But just become, I know like a lot of people
Yeah.
do that.
So you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know.
they got,
Yeah.
I'm like in their house. I'm like, why is there money under your
Yeah.
couch? Like,
They
I
have
will
the-
take your money if you leave it
Right.
under your couch
They sit over
again.
there like, Amy, can you get up real quick?
Right. I literally had to
I
have
got
it. I'm like, why?
there.
That's $10 on
I gotta
story.
pay the pizza guy. But
Yes, true story.
they have to go sit down and try to become a little bit more familiar. Read up on the banks.
Yes.
Because it will only be a personal, that's another mindset thing. It'll be another personal thing. Because that is their money.
Yeah.
So we want them to feel comfortable, but the money
sure.
not really doing nothing in the house. And it's a safety concern.
Is that like a generational thing too? Like that's just kind
Yes,
of like my mom,
I
my
think-
grandma, and
yep.
my grandpa. Yeah, okay.
I think so. I believe so, yes.
All right. Do we have a?
Yes.
All right. Do we have a game for today?
No, she's just gonna give me an ask the white girl
yeah.
question.
So this is where we do. It's called Ask the White Girl. So Ask the White Girl is where our favorite white girl, Miss Amy, is going to answer any question that you have in regards to white people.
I don't judge. And also, with that being said, I say what my experience is as far as my white friends. This doesn't necessarily represent my opinions. It might, but not always.
Got you. Okay, so the other day I was having a conversation with a friend,
Okay.
and we were talking about interracial dating.
Okay.
And he seems to think that Black men get with white women because white women allow them to get away with things that Black women would not.
So I think I can see that in certain circumstances. I think that, and this is coming from like I've had this conversation with a lot of my Black male friends, where they've said that like there are certain things that like if I'm with a white girl, she's not going to yell at me about certain things, she's not going to get on my case about certain things. But on the other hand, I think that you have I've had a few of my Black friends that have decided to get with people, maybe not even just necessarily white friends, but just like other races, because what they had going on, you know, maybe they were hurt by somebody, that they were dating somebody who was a Black girl, or they, you know, that's another reason. Like, I just want to try something different.
Mhm.
I think that there's also the situation where I think some men are just very like attracted to white women rather than, you know, and just like I think there are some white people who are attracted to other races as well. I definitely have had my Black male friends tell me that there are things that like the girls that I dated will let me do or behave in certain ways that like there's no way in hell that my Black girl will ever let me get away with. But on the other hand, I do hear a lot of that like I just wanted to try something different. I hear a lot of that too. Like I tried this, it didn't work. Maybe they were hurt.
Right.
And so I just tried something different. I will say I have a couple of friends who definitely was like hurt in a situation where they were like a good friend of mine that I was thinking of like has always dated black women. Got really hurt by the last relationship. Started trying to like kind of talk to some white girls and had some different experiences. The other day looked at me, he's like, I swear to God, I am done with you white bitches. You guys are all crazy. And I started laughing. I was like, wait a minute. And he was like, nah, and we're friends. Like, he's like, those white bitches are done. I'm going back to my Black girl. I was like, you do you. So I think it was just for him, it was more of like I got hurt. I want to see what like all the talk's about, and then I'm gonna go. I think that's not it. That's not it for me. So I mean I think it just depends on I don't know. I'm not a Black man, so I don't know the answer to that. But I definitely can see a lot of what in the world was that? So like a spring popping. I definitely have seen a lot of Black males that have like gone and dated white women, and I think that truly when I say like what is it about that, like what is it that's just a different experience.
Okay.
Whether it's they're letting me run all over them or walk all over them. I can tell you that there are definitely white women out there that will definitely let Black men and white men and all races of men get away with a whole lot more. I think there's a group of women out there that maybe the way that they interact might be different. So I really just think it depends on who it is. But I do think that there is that maybe misconception. I don't know if it's a misconception, but I do think that there's that perception is the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
That if I date a white woman, that I maybe can get away with more than I did when I dated a Black woman. But on the other hand, I know a lot of white women that are like, hell no, you're not getting away with that shit.
Right. I know those are the ones I know.
Like, hell no, you're not. But I think that you just have a different, so then you have to look at the other side of it. Like, what is it that a white woman is wanting to get out of a relationship, an interracial relationship as well?
Right. Yeah.
Like, is it that I, appreciate the fact that like I am somebody who wants to, I don't even know. I'm not let somebody walk over me, but like I appreciate the fact that somebody tells me what, like lets me kind of not have to make decisions. I guess that's the nicest way I can put that.
Right.
I think there's just people that are I'm more attracted to a different race. I think there's that situation. But I think it just depends on what both people are looking for it.
Right.
But I know people in all areas. I have definitely watched some of my white friends definitely get walked all over. And I've watched some of my white friends be like, it's just what I'm, what I attract to. And I've watched some of my white friends be like, hell no, you're not fucking getting away with that. Don't you even try it. So I don't know if that answered your question, but
It did. Can I plug something real quick?
Yes, go right ahead.
Next Saturday, March the 18th, I am hosting a pop-up shop. It's called Business with a Purpose. I have 20 dope vendors coming through from 1 to 6 at 5345 Heather Downs Road. It's right next to Southwick Bowling Lanes. Please come out. We have everything. We have art. We're gonna have candles. We have waist beads. I have 2 people that can pretty much customize everything. Clothing, whatever you guys need is going to be there. So please come out and support those vendors. Again, it's called Businesses with a Purpose.
is it like the Old Connections Comedy Club? Is that where that is, or what's the?
It's right over in that area.
Oh, it's in the old East Chicago Pizza.
Yes.
Oh, I miss East
Yes.
Chicago Pizza.
So please come out and
5340, right?
5345.
Yeah.
45 Heather Downs. Business with a Purpose.
So it's like, so if you come in, you pull into the parking lot,
It's
where like
right there.
right there in the
Yeah.
front. If you're like, there's the Super 6 or Super 8 motel back in the back. It's that same parking lot. There's a
Yeah.
traffic light right there, right in the front.
So
Make
please
sure y'all go check that out.
Yes, make sure y'all go in and support. And to kind of go back to what you were talking about, Amy, it's funny because I had a friend that said that he dated black women before. He's black, so he dated black women before, but he stopped and then he started dating white women. And he said his experience was that black women didn't find him attractive, not physically attractive, but because he was kind of more like, I don't want to say preppy, but you know what I'm saying? Like he was more just, he wasn't the typical what they, I guess, was looking for, whatever. So therefore he was just like, he started dating white women and the white women loved him. So
I mean, I've had a couple of my black friends too say that like there's certain things. I mean, not to be like we're talking about sex now. Is it past 9? Sexually, like there's certain things. Like I truly had one of my black guy friends say like I appreciate the sexual aspect of dating white women, although I miss what he always. I always miss the conversations I would have with like the girls I did that were black. Like you say, I never get that same conversation. I can't have that same talk with my friends that are white. He's like, but sexually, like for example, like there are certain things that like white girls would let me do that like some of my black girls would not let me do. So like I don't know. I think it just depends on the person, honestly.
Yeah.
I dated a white guy.
How'd that go?
It was fine. I mean,
You said
still.
Jay, fine or fun?
It was fine.
I was like, white guys are not fun.
It was fine. Like it
Yeah.
was. We are still friends. It just was. I had a lot going on with like getting my daughter to college. Just a lot of different stuff. So, and he understood that. He was very, very nice. I had to drive back from Atlanta by myself, and he volunteered to fly to Atlanta just to ride back to the country.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh my! And so I'm just like, we're still friends. So I don't know. I might revisit that one day.
Did you primarily date like black men before that?
That was before
So
that.
was
I
the
had
first white guy.
yeah. And he
So
was cool.
what made you decide? This has nothing to do with Fast White Girl. I'm just curious. Like, what made you decide to like, hey, I'm going to give this white boy a chance?
Because he was very persistent and he was cool. Like he was real cool. He came, came very respectful.
He was on your ass.
He was all. I was like, oh my goodness.
See, that's funny to me because I will tell you what my experience with white boys is they are not very persistent.
He was
My experience with black men is they are very persistent.
He
So-
wanted
He wanted
black.
you. He wanted you.
that
He was
black.
like, I don't give a fuck. I will fly to
Yeah.
Atlanta. I will drive my ass.
He was like, I will ride back with you, but I said no because I have my son and my son don't even play like that. He on black, white,
Right.
green, yellow. My
Yeah.
son ain't with it. He was
Right.
like,
So what was the
you.
biggest difference between dating black men and white men?
you know what? It wasn't really that much of a difference. It was just, I think it depends on the person. And
Yeah.
I'm one that you can't come to with no BS. Like you got to come to me straightforward because I'm gonna be straightforward.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he said, "You're very honest." I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "No, like very honest." He's like, "And you communicate like everything." And I
Yeah.
said, "He's like, I've never had that before." So that might,
Yeah.
I think that was a lot for him because I told him what I liked and what I did not like, and he was like, "Whoa!" Like,
Yeah.
And maybe that's a difference because I knew a lot of my like white friends, they won't like a lot of if they're a typical white girl won't communicate. They just kind of let it happen.
yeah,
There's a lot of just letting it happen. Like I'm not gonna tell you what I like, what I don't like. Some of my personal friends, we don't hold anything back. But that's just my people. But
Right.
like a lot of the white girls I know, they're
My
much more. Listen, if you're in my people, you better be ready for some honesty and some upfront because you're just
Some real honest conversations.
you're getting it. But I think a lot of white girls that I do know, they don't communicate that. And so I think for some guys they need that. Like they need that honest communication, and that might be some of the
And
attraction.
he thanked me for that. He's like, no, I have a standard of communication.
I love that.
I said,
Yeah,
oh,
let's go.
okay.
You gave him a standard. I love that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
For
Yes.
sure, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss Financial Bag Lady, for
Yes,
stopping
thank
through.
you.
Make sure you
Thank you
check
for
her out
having me.
tomorrow
Thank
at the
you.
pop-up shop.
No, next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. What's the
Next
date?
Saturday.
What's that date? It's
The
like,
18th.
oh, so
18th,
after
yeah,
what?
18th.
You know what time is it?
1 to 6.
So you can be hungover. You get your ass up, take that ibuprofen, that water. You get up by noon. You're there by 1.
Go get you
Yes.
some breakfast.
And you can get there
go-
till 6.
Yeah, and we have food there too, so they can.
Oh,
Yes.
so you
No
can soak that
excuses.
alcohol up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there alcohol there too?
Or you can just wake up and drink again.
No alcohol.
We're not doing that.
Right, we already talked about
We already
this.
talked about that.
But just take the ibuprofen and water, some liquid IV, some of that good stuff. You know?
Yes. So make sure y'all get out next Saturday, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and pay some bills. We want to thank our sponsor, Village Academy, for always being the amazing place that we do our podcast and everything else. We appreciate it. So we're gonna go ahead and pay some bills, y'all, and we will be right back. All right, what's good, y'all? We are here back on Mud Talk again. We want to say thank you to Village Academy for being the amazing sponsor of the Mud Talk podcast show, as well as Many Faces Podcast Studio. Make sure if you want to come and record your podcast, Many Faces is the only place where you can come and get the latest technology when it comes to podcasting.
Yeah.
So, all right, Red, who we got in the building?
Sure, man. We got one of the hottest, I think, one of the hottest artists in the city right now.
You think or you know?
I don't know if I think. I don't know. Like, who we got in the building? Introduce yourself, man.
My name is Chuco. I'm an artist engineer. You already know.
Chuco, artist engineer.
Yeah.
You heard it. You heard it
I
live.
say people don't really know me as a rapper though. I don't really be rapping like that.
What do
I'm
you
more
do?
of an engineer.
Oh, I
I'm
thought you
the
were about to
same
sing
way.
for me.
No.
He's like, I got
I
it.
wish
I'm
I
not
could
singing.
sing. No, I wish I could sing, but yeah, I'm mostly known for being an engineer in the city. So I work at Go Digital with King Bees and CJ Mac.
Oh,
We
okay.
got the thing
Shout
going
out to
down.
CJ Mac.
Yeah,
Shout out to
down the
CJ.
street at Heatherdown, we going crazy over there. But we just
Okay.
we revamped, redid everything in the studio, got everything over there. But
He's
yeah, I'm only
I don't know who CJ
mostly
Mac is.
know, you don't know
No,
who
you
CJ?
gotta help me
He's
out.
like one of the OGs in the city. with
Oh,
him.
geez.
I mean, I'm
He
old.
been engineering longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
So is he like he just makes beats?
He's
No, he's an all-around artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an artist. He could sing. He
He
can
can
make
sing.
beats. He can do everything. He can play
I'm
piano.
I'm sorry, what's his name?
CJ Mac.
CJ Mac. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, CJ Mac. Shout out
That's
CJ.
a white girl thing.
And then we got Bees over there working at the studio too. If y'all know who
Bees,
is.
I think I heard of
Bees,
Bees.
like with the letter?
Yeah, Bees. He's an engineer for Young Dolph, fucking Key Glock.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I know exactly.
Wait, isn't Young
Because
Dolph
he
like a
used to
rapper?
be. Bees used
Platinum
to be with Bees used to be with Firefly.
Yeah, he used to work at Firefly.
Yeah,
He used to work
yeah.
at Firefly, and then Levon would work over there now.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm hip
yeah.
to Vaughn. I did some traps over there with Vaughn and everything. So
Yeah, that's like my domain. It's like the engineering world, but like being an artist kind of like a side thing right now. But like I definitely started off doing music first, like instead of like being
Right.
like the person that's behind. I wanted to be in front of the camera. Then I realized that my emotion was behind the camera. But trying to get back into it now, so like boom, dropping
So-
videos and doing shit.
So you
like that.
prefer to do the audio engineering, but you also are a rapper.
No, I'd rather be a rapper, but shit.
So
I mean,
are you
that
like-
pays
okay.
bills.
So can you, like, if I were to say, let's just freestyle right now, can you do that? Or are you
Hell
more
no.
like a lyric? You
Nope.
have to write it down.
No, I'm more like
Shit, can we get somebody on here that can just like freestyle it? No.
yeah, no, I'm more like. See, the thing was, I always been like a weird kid, so like, I like rock music and shit. So like, that's the type of music I write. I write like rock music, and then even like this shit, like it's like rapping, but it's like it's really not.
I mean,
It's
that's
like a
hot
whole
right
different
now, though.
like blend of genres. Yeah.
But that's hot right now. Like the whole rap rock genre is like
right,
super
yeah,
hot.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like basically like that's my thing. I want to be like more like a songwriter with like being like
Yeah.
rock music and stuff like that, and like just not just being one thing. Like you're a rapper.
Yeah, you gotta stay in
You play
different lanes.
instruments?
And everything.
Yeah, I play guitar,
Nice.
piano, everything.
Yeah.
So what made you
Drum.
want to come from behind the camera, come in front of the camera now?
I mean, like I said, I started off being a like artist, but like now it's just more like, all right, I'm about to just start flexing. Like, 'cause, like I'm sweet at music. So like,
I love that.
like,
That is the best confidence ever.
You know, I got 3 albums ready to go. I got a country album, I got an indie album, and I got a rap album.
Do you need any
Country
video
album?
host?
Yeah,
Yes.
country
I'm
album.
with the video host shit because I just want someone to give me a money phone and I just want to lay
She
on a
wants the
car.
money phone.
She
really
want the
bad.
money
Nobody's
phone
giving me a
where-
damn money phone and let me lay on a car. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to
What you
fucking
wanna
do.
lay on a Lambo?
I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it's a fucking Ford something. It could be like a Ford Escape. I don't care.
Just be a
Just give me
Kia.
give me a Kia with a money phone. I
Yeah,
don't
but
care.
like country music, like I don't know if you guys know who F1 is. F1, he used to run like a radio station and everything. But anyways, he's like plugged into like the country side of like music, like as of lately.
Who's your favorite country artist?
Who, me? Probably like old school, probably like Conway Twitty or like George Jones.
Oh, you're going like country.
Yeah,
country.
yeah,
okay.
country. Like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
So what made you want to actually get into music? Like what inspired you to
I mean, when he was teaching back in the day, I was in the drum line at the school, and then like it kind of
Yes.
started from like being like the drum shit, and then like I got into high school, and I was like, damn, like this is like when I really got into rock music, and I was like started learning instruments, and then. You know the good old heartbreak story. You get your heart broke one time, and then you switch up your life. Like, you know, I was a little kid, got my heart broke. It's like, fuck it, I'm gonna start making music. And then, and then at that time it was like, I don't know if you guys know about like the emo phase, like Juice WRLD, Lil Peep,
right.
and that was like hot at the moment. So like I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna dye my hair pink and just start fucking doing shit. Like,
Where's the pink hair now?
I ain't got it no more.
So wait, can we just
I
go,
had
can we
kids.
rewind all of this? You were his teacher,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw him in 8th grade, and he was on my drum line.
and did you watch the movie Drumline with Nick Cannon, who's our favorite
I
person to
never
talk
watched
about?
that movie.
Have you
We
ever
were
seen
not
it?
showing
I need
drum
you to
line.
watch it.
Hell no, that shit was lame.
I just like you should just watch it.
That
We
shit was
were in the
corny.
drum
One of my cousins was in a drum line. Like he was actually in like the big drum line that's in Ohio. Like he used to do the drum line, the Midwest or the Mid Ohio.
I think the only people that we used to look up to was probably like Scott. We wanted to be like Scott.
Oh yeah.
Everybody wanted to be like Scott.
Scott was sweet. I mean, even though I went to Woodward, we wanted to be like Scott. I mean,
Yeah.
Woodward's drumline was totally different.
I mean,
compared to Scott, but
I went to Libby, so we used to whoop Scott ass in basketball, but
Okay, we're talking about music. We're gonna
Oh,
rewind.
you about to get offended.
Right,
You about to
we're
go to
gonna
the
rewind
right
that
line.
I used to, Libby from 06 to 09.
Oh,
We used to whoop your ass.
There's what okay, I
All
gotta
right,
get that
well,
bouncer. I
we'll
get
talk
that
about
bouncer
that.
shit.
We'll
Where's
talk
my
about
bouncer
Yeah,
shit?
Thank
But real quick, can I ask you? So, like, one of the artists that came to my mind right away, rap to rock, was the MGK, which is our Cleveland guy.
yeah.
How do you feel about like? Is that the kind of like
MGK was never a good artist.
No, but like he went from the rap. He went.
You
I
never
disagree.
think he was?
Hell no, he's a better fucking pop artist because he got Blink-182 style and just ran with it. Other
Right.
than that, he's not sweet.
But what I'm saying is he started in the rap genre and then
I
moved
never
to the
liked
rock
his rap
genre.
music.
Mhm.
He was corny to me.
But
I don't think I was
also,
asking your opinion. I think what I was asking was, is that what I was? Is that what you were trying to do? Like, if you're trying to go,
No.
kind of go from the rap to rock, or you just said,
No.
fuck that? I don't
No,
know.
I mean, I just like music.
Yeah. So you just want all of it.
Yeah, I never really had. I mean, if I was to be like, I'm gonna be like this type of rapper,
Yeah.
just because like I grew up listening to old school hip hop, so like
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna be if I'm gonna be a rapper.
Absolutely.
But like I like music, so like whatever music I like, if I hear something, I'm like, oh, I want to make that, you know.
Are you? Who's your best? Who's your favorite old school rapper?
Old school rapper, probably Prodigy from Mobb Deep.
that's what's up.
All right.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, I would say
That's dope.
Prodigy from Mobb Deep for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, so we have your new video that you just dropped called Reply. Tell us a little bit about the video.
This video is basically just me flexing.
He just wants to be in front of the camera and flex
So,
everybody.
23.
No, cause I mean, shit, I'm just like a really humble person and like really cool. So like, I mean, most of the people I work with are like anything. Like, I'm just like a cool guy. But like, it be people that be pissing me off, so I just had to like address it.
You just said, let me get in front of
So
the
that's
camera.
why
and
you
go.
get that energy to just to flex. on
Yeah, just a
motherfuckers.
flex. I mean,
Yeah.
shit.
That's what this is.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
a flex video. Honestly, like this is not even like anything that I even want to promote for real. Like Like it's cool, like because like it's a good video and like the response that I got from it, I did not expect that.
Hey, no, you can flex on motherfuckers if you want to.
Maybe
right?
people feel it. Maybe people feel like what they felt the emotion.
Yeah, no, like this next album that I'm working on, which is gonna be called Color Me Happy. It's like a whole indie
Color
album.
Me Happy.
Yeah,
I love it.
so it's like coming from like the dark, you know, and then like putting some like shiny of like I can't sit here and be sad as fuck like how I was like how many years ago. Like so much has changed since I started doing music. I mean, I've been doing like engineering and music for like 5-6 years now. Like since I was in high school and then I got out of high school. So like fucking I had a kid. Like I didn't like get moved into a new house. I've been doing so much shit and working, doing what I wanted to do. Like can't be happy. I mean, can't not be happy from that.
Yeah. So it's almost like your growth, like your
it's like a growth.
growth.
So like this whole album is like a growth album. Like you know, like this was like kind of like a transition. Like all right, so look, I'm not sad no more. Boom, I'm flexing. All right, now so boom, here's the next album.
You had one video flexing. Now I'm gonna give you my happy.
Yeah. Right. Now I'm gonna give you the part to where like you actually want to listen to this shit.
It's like your soul.
Yeah, like I'm actually like you like it's gonna be like a roller coaster. It's gonna take you through other shit.
Yeah, it's gonna take you through those emotions that I've been going through.
Yeah.
Cause like, look, I'm the same way with my music and how I started and everything. Like, it was a struggle for the whole life of music.
Yeah.
So I feel everything that you're saying to where it's like, I don't want to be down and out. I want to do something that's gonna make me happy. That's gonna drive me. You feel me? So,
and that's what a lot of people want, like artists to be like, and want musicians to be like, all right, like you get popping for being sad. If you're not sad, then it's like fuck.
So,
like you know.
So you think people want, or is it just people want you to be authentic?
I feel like the thing with Toledo is different. Toledo wants you to be whatever it is popping right now.
They want you to be Detroit.
You're not Toledo focused. You're up here.
Yeah. I'm not even worried about Toledo because like if you go to my plays like on like Spotify and shit, like people are listening to my shit overseas.
Right.
I don't even know these people.
Just so you know, people are listening to my podcast episodes overseas at 2 a.m. too. I get it. I feel that.
I said like overseas,
I feel that.
and then like we go different places because like I said, like I'm mostly known as an engineer first. So like when I'm going
to try to FaceTime you, I feel like we should FaceTime them.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I'm mostly known as an engineer, so like all day my phone's like, and I'm meeting different people every day and networking and doing shit like that. So when you take it into like you being an artist, you kind of do the same thing. Like, I'm gonna take something from each person. It's not me copying anybody's style or anything like that. I'm just taking a little piece of everything that I'm doing.
You're coming up with the best of you.
Yeah.
Who you are.
So where's your you got a home-based studio or
Go Digital?
Go Digital.
Yeah, Go Digital.
Where is that located at again?
3520 Heather Down.
3520 Heather Down.
So is that the parking lot that I'll be doing my video ho episode? I'm just curious. Okay.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's check out Chuco flexing real quick. So go ahead, kick it to the video real quick. Introduce yourself to the video.
Yeah, my name's Chuco, man. Go. Listen to this song. Tune into the video. You can follow me. You can follow me on Spotify, Instagram, all that shit. All platforms. This song not on all platforms, but just go on YouTube.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. We'll be right back.
Let's get it.
I done done it all. I done sold it all. Yeah, you been a broke boy when I'm shopping in the mall. I know you was wishing you was me. Dressed in all black, 24 karat gold on my teeth. Yeah, a real trendsetter, only hating cause they mad. Yeah, I turned the city up when I made the city sad. And I've been fucking on these niggas, bitches made these niggas mad. Yeah, they tryna be me, I'm kinda guessing I'm they dead. I don't answer calls no more, people ain't creeping. Saying that they love me, but I'm lonely on the weekend. If I ain't benefiting them, they won't reach out. Keep You can't have that bitch, you know she wishing you was me. Never in the competition, let her go, and here came 3. Boy, you mad as fuck, you know she going for the team. And I knew she was a Duffy, let me fuck in the first week. Fat, rich nigga, made 6 figures. Blew it all in months, but my pocket's still bigger. I don't got a front, yeah, I've been myself, nigga. Yeah, she fuck me cause I'm funny, you can't be yourself, nigga. Yeah, and I know it's because I'm more people like crib. Been saying that they love me, but I'm lonely on the weekend. If I ain't benefiting them, they won't reach out. Keep that fake shit over there, I'm about to tweak out. I know it's cause I'm more people like crib. Been saying that they love me, but I'm lonely on the weekend. If I ain't benefiting them, they won't reach out. Keep that fake shit over there, I'm about to tweak out, tweak out.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Show me Big T, and that was Chuco's video reply. I'm like, that was a
I
vibe.
like it.
Hey, that was dope, man.
I was listening to it earlier while we were setting up, and I was like, I had to play it like a couple times. Like it was a vibe.
Yeah, it's that good old flex music. You need it sometimes.
How you come up with that? Like what?
Realistically, I put my son to bed. It was like 2:00 in the morning. I couldn't go to sleep. I was chain smoking cigarettes.
You were
So you
smoking.
was
You had
like,
that
"Fuck it,
dark
I'm
too. You were
just-"
drinking that dark liquor.
Yeah, no, that's why I can't, bro. I can't drink tequila. I can't drink no light shit at all.
Fuck that light.
Hey, we were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
We were. Yeah.
Cannot drink no light liquor. I'm cool.
I
Is
don't know.
that like a manly thing? Like I don't drink that light liquor.
No,
Oh,
it just
no, I really like that.
I don't like it.
Last time I had Hennessy, I ended up doing some strange things in the parking lot. So
Yes, you
I
did.
said,
Hennessy is
You
like,
sure the fuck did.
Hennessy is like if you don't care what's about to happen tonight. If you just drink a straight Hennessy, you don't care about what's about to happen.
I've never had
well,
Hennessy
it was
in my
Hennessy
life.
privilege, so that's
Should I drink Hennessy?
They had the privilege of having me in the parking lot.
Why did you say no? What would happen if I
You
drank
should
Hennessy?
not drink.
You know what you should drink? You
I
should
like
drink some Taylor Port.
Oh,
Oh, I've had that. I like to do crazy ass things in parking lots.
Bro, Taylor Port is like liquor and wine on crack.
Oh, can I tell you that my
dope.
son sent me some Taylor Port wine? He sent me a picture of it last night. He's turning 21 in May. He's like, Mom, I'm not going to say that you should get this for me, but you should get this for me. I'm like, boy, no. I was like, the answer is no. No. We all have memorable 21st, but.
yes. All right, so we have a new game here on the show from Miss Amy. Typically, we play a game called This or That, but we're going to switch it up today.
We're going to switch it up every day because we got a new game.
Yeah,
It's the second half of the season. We got new stuff.
we got new stuff.
So this game is called Who Told It Best. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to have you pick a card.
Mm-hmm.
That's the topic. And all of us at the table here, you have 2 minutes to tell a story, the story that pertains to whatever the topic is. And then we're all going to vote. So whoever had the best story is the winner. So it's not like you don't get anything. I'll give you a shot of something or something. I don't know. But if you win, you don't get anything. So, right. So 2 minutes. So we'll pick the card. We'll give you like a minute to think about what you want to do. And then we'll tell the story. And then we all vote. You can't vote for yourself. That's the only rule. Wait, where's my phone?
I have 2 minutes.
You got 10
I got
minutes?
you.
Oh,
I'm
I fell down here
How the fuck did my phone fall down there?
because it fell.
Did you try it from my phone? All right, so I'm gonna let you pick from our cards.
I can't go.
All right, so go ahead and I will take it. So we are talking about your best road trip story. So you got 2 minutes to tell the story of your best road trip story.
We start with me.
No, we're just gonna we're gonna give everybody just like a second to think about it.
I'll keep the score. I'll keep something.
Okay, so yeah, so everybody gets when they start telling the story, they get 2 minutes, and then the timer's up, or when they're done.
Okay.
I have one. I can start. I can if you want me to start my story. So I think my best road trip. I go on a lot of road trips. My best road trip story would be when I was in high school. My friend and I we're bored. So I told my parents I was staying at her house. She said she was staying at my house. We got in her truck. She had this 1985 Chevy something. I don't know. Shit was breaking off the side. I said, where were you going to go? She said, let's go to Louisville. That's where my brother lives. So we left at 11 o'clock at night. It's like a 6-hour drive. We drove through fucking dark ass Indiana. I don't even know what happened. We stopped at every truck stop we could stop at, talked to everybody. We drank more caffeine and other things because I was in high school. It was definitely legal. We were just doing our thing. We drove all the way down to Louisville. We literally knocked, and her brother had no idea we were coming. 6 o'clock in the morning, we start beating on his door. He's like, what the fuck are you doing in Louisville? Now we're like, oh, we were bored. We laid down at his house. He let us sleep on the couch. He still doesn't know why we're there. And then we got up at 8 o'clock in the morning and drove all the way back so I would not get in trouble and get grounded for leaving and driving to Louisville and coming back.
That's so extra.
It
That's
is
very
extra.
extra.
Hey, this is not a judgmental game. Who's next?
Yes.
You can stop that and restart.
I mean, mine wasn't as good as that. Shit.
No, we don't use to. You're hyping yourself up.
know.
You want to win.
Oh yeah, we flexing, right?
We're flexing. Yes, thank
All right,
you.
here we go. So my best road trip story would be the time that I went to Canton with my grandmother and my cousin. So it was like my grandmother's family reunion, or like some people that I don't know what it was. But anyway, it was in Canton. And it was pretty cool. The only thing that wasn't cool about it was that we went to this reunion. They were calling us like bougie and saying like we had an accent and we were from Toledo. And they were like,
wait, so there's just Toledo accent.
I don't know what it is. Shit, I don't know. I thought they had an accent, to be honest, because they're like, it was like very southern, because they're like, you know, it's down south.
Everybody says that.
But they were like, y'all from Toledo, so y'all think y'all better than people. And I was like, we really don't. And they told me I had an accent, and we were at this like family reunion, and we were just like, let's get this potato salad and let's just go. Like,
Did it have raisins in it?
It did not. It did not. But
the potato.
well, but I guess they said we were bougie because like we didn't know these people. So we were sitting around and we were trying to see like what's the food, what's the process, what's the etiquette? You know what I'm saying? We don't want to just go up to the table and just start scooping our own food. So they were like, y'all being bougie, like why y'all just sitting around not eating? And we were like, we was waiting for y'all to start. So me and my cousin, so we went to stay at the house that we were supposed to stay at, and there was a rap trap where they was trying to put us, and we was like, yep, definitely get in a hotel. And so we stayed in the hotel. Me and my cousin somehow put some money together, and we stayed in the hotel for a couple of days. And my grandmother wasn't happy. She told us, she's like, y'all, now look at y'all really being bougie. Why didn't want to stay with us? Like there's literally a rap trap where we're about to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my little interesting story.
All right, who's next?
Oh shit! I mean, I really ain't got no.
You're allowed to pass too if you don't have
an
one.
interesting story about where I stayed.
Your best best
road
road trip. Best road trip story.
Road trip?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Oh yeah. I went to South Carolina. I seen some mountains and like I seen like.
Oh, you just made me think of another one of mine. Did you see the Nipple Mountain?
No, on some real shit. Like the mountains.
No, I'm being real shit too. There's a nipple mountain on the way to South Carolina.
Yeah,
it looks like a fucking nipple.
Yeah, so there's a road and there's clouds.
That's why it's called a road trip, Red. Thank you.
I love Red. I don't know what you're saying.
So no, there was clouds on the mountain, and me just riding past that though, just like it just gave me like a breath of fresh air just riding past that and seeing that scenery. Yeah, just check the scenery, like especially at a young age. Like
mountains are cool.
Yes. Yeah, like I didn't know that.
So how old were you? I feel like that will help this whole story.
I think I was about 21, maybe.
Was that like your first time on a road trip?
No,
or like well, not road trip, but like to South
mountains.
Carolina.
Oh yeah, to South Carolina and seeing a mountain. So I ain't seen mountains and fucking lions and shit.
All right.
Me? All right, bet.
Whenever the story starts with "all right, bet,"
it's about to be.
All right, so it was like me and like fucking 6 other people. I'm not gonna say their names.
Please don't. We don't say names.
We went to Atlanta and like all my friends were off drugs and we was all just kicking it. You feel me? And I got like blackout drunk and I woke up in the studio and fucking. It just was crazy as hell because I blacked out and I started drinking at 10 a.m. and I didn't stop at all.
At what point in the road trip did you black out?
In the road, the whole road trip we got there. But I'm talking about when we got there. Yeah, when we got there, I woke up in the studio. I was like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
What was you drinking?
Huh? I was drinking a concoction of things. First off, I grabbed like a 18 pack of Budweiser. Drank that whole fucking thing by myself. Drank a whole thing of fucking Crown Royal by myself. And then, this was all throughout the day. I don't know.
How's your liver?
Probably really fucked up. I did a lot of dumb shit.
I'm not judging your liver. I'm just saying.
When I went to Imagine, we used to sneak fucking.
We're just gonna hold that. That's not a road trip story. Okay, so Is that the end of your story?
No, let him
No, I
continue.
didn't-
Okay,
Let
you're
him
going.
continue.
I know, because he was trying to talk about high school. Let's go back to the road trip. Go ahead.
No, that wasn't high school. That was grade school. I was sneaking fucking alcohol.
No,
in
no,
grade
we're not.
school.
We're talking about the road trip.
No, I'm talking about the road trip, but
You were in grade school.
yeah,
Oh,
but
That's stupid.
anyways.
Well,
but-
no, he was saying that he used to sneak stuff.
Yeah, I'm
in
trying to
school.
read.
You know, 'cause
I'm
you
trying
said
to
how my
reroute
liver was,
Yeah.
and I said, well, I've been drinking since I was,
Okay, so in Atlanta.
All
I got
right,
to the
yeah, no, in
studio.
Atlanta,
Okay.
this is like throughout the whole thing, got through the studio thing, woke up again, blacked out again. I blacked out twice throughout this whole fucking thing. We was only there for like 2 days.
With everything you drank, I feel
Yeah, no, I was doing a lot of crazy shit. We met up with these girls. Crazy shit happened. Boom, boom, boom. Anyways, end up outside looking at a fucking Mustang for some reason. I don't even care about cars. Like, it was just a whole.
It sounded like a whole Project X moment.
Yeah, no, it was
Right,
Project X. We got
swear.
we got a fucking mansion on this hill in Atlanta, right? But this is the crazy part to me. All right, so you ever been so drunk you forgot where the hell you was at, right?
Yes.
All right, so I was drunk inside of the car.
Oh, 2 minutes are up. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Story's up. All right, so now we have to vote, and so you can't vote for yourself. So whose trip? Whose road trip?
Oh God, I don't know. This
Who's
was
the worst trip?
Who was
You
the
gotta
best?
pick one. You got no. What was the best story? Who told it best? 'Cause we're about to do. Just so you know, we're about to do this with you guys too.
I'm still kind
I'll
of
try that one.
flabbergasted about the fact that y'all literally drove to Louisville, Kentucky, and then just came back.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm going with that one.
Yeah, that was
All right.
yeah. I don't
Red,
understand.
what you want?
I thought y'all was
I'm
gonna
going
be like, we
with
woke up at 8
But I
and
wanna
we went
go-
to go to
I'm
the
just
bar.
saying,
It
what's better
is,
than
though.
I
that?
was like, what the better
I'm gonna go with his.
I'm going with his.
I'm going with his.
Yeah.
So I think we're tied. High five on our best road trip. We would have fun on a road trip. We would be
Yeah.
wild. You would remember nothing, and I would just be fucking driving. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we're gonna switch seats because we're gonna do this with each of our guests. We might as well.
Huh?
Can we do it with each of our guests?
They can just come on.
All right. Well, we're just gonna do one at a time because we got more cards.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I'm gonna have you switch with whoever's
You
next.
go next since you're right there.
All right.
Come on, bag
Thank
lady.
you. High five on that. All right, here we go. Bag financial bag lady.
Bag lady.
Do you like me to call you that, or you just prefer the leader?
A lot of people call me that.
All right, here we go. Who told it best? What do we got? Weirdest way I've been hit on, or someone, or wait, weirdest way I've hit on somebody, or I've been hit on.
Oh God, I can tell you this one.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
Started off.
So whenever are you ready?
Yes.
Let me get the salmon.
I got
All right,
it.
I'm ready.
Give me like 1 second.
All right. So this one time I went to this bar called Dee Row House, and this.
Is that where you took me that one time?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. But you weren't there when this happened.
No, I wasn't.
So I was sitting at the bar and I was telling this lady, no, I actually wasn't even talking to her. I was just talking in general. And she was just like, yeah, I'm looking for a nigga they want what she say? I'm looking for a nigga that when we put they put her tongue in their booty hole. That's what she said. And I was
You
like,
won.
and I said, what? And she was like, yeah, I'm looking for a nigga that want my tongue in their booty hole. And like she kept saying it. And then so how it started was we were talking about like our signs, like the jump, like I'm a Sagittarius or whatever. And she's like, oh, I like Sagittarius. She's like, I'm looking for a nigga that's a Sag. I can put my tongue in their booty hole. And I was like,
Is that a Sagittarius thing? Like you like tongues in the booty hole?
I don't know what other Sagittarius do. I know what this Sagittarius don't do. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I just got hit on because there was nobody else was a Sagittarius. And I was like, that was like her little loophole of calling me a Sag.
That's freaking amazing.
And she was older. Like she was like almost damn near my auntie age.
You know what?
And my auntie is like almost 50.
Don't underestimate the power of older women and their sex drives and their tongues and booty holes.
Booty holes.
Mm-mm.
So you gotta be a
Very good.
Sagittarius. So
I
there
guess.
I'm
you
gonna
go.
pass on the booty hole.
Not a booty hole for you.
Yeah.
You got a story? You
Yeah.
think you got a story? Best way you've hit on somebody or the way you've gotten hit on?
I would just say like, hey baby, what's your name?
All right. So Red, that's his pickup line. So
Oh,
ladies,
okay.
hey baby, what's your name? He's got you.
Well, it must have worked because how many kids you got? 2. Boom.
I mean, it worked.
Somebody.
It worked twice.
Yeah.
Is that how that worked? You're like, hey baby, what you doing? Let me put a baby in you or something. Okay.
Take me out to dinner, baby.
So I have a lot of these. I don't really know which one to go with because you were there when I got hit on, and we talked about that last show, the barbershop.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the underwear and all
Yes.
that things. This is actually probably one of my best ones. So I was door dashing. I used to deliver DoorDash, and it was the second order I ever did, and I had to drive. It was like down Door Street toward like downtown, and I got really lost. Like I couldn't figure out where I was going, so I pulled into the wrong driveway. And I see this guy like come out and like flag me down. And I was in my work, like I was wearing like work clothes, like heels and everything. Because I was like trying to make some quick money. It doesn't matter why. Bag lady, I was paying bills. And I was trying to make some quick money. So I didn't have any idea of what was going on with this whole door dashing thing. And then I pull up and I give the guy the food. He comes out and he's like, hey. I was like, what? He's like, just so you know, if you were my girl, he's like, you never have to be door dashing again. I would take care of you all day.
Oh.
And I was like, oh. And when I looked up at the house, just so you know, all the windows were boarded up on the upstairs, and the downstairs was not. And I said, so I looked at him and I said, so which part of the castle's mine? Is it that boarded up window or that one? And he was like, baby, I don't know what you're saying. I said, I just watched. Is that your house? He's like, it doesn't matter. He's like, I take care of you. And I was like, okay. I'm good. I'm taken, and I appreciate the offer. It was nice of you to offer.
So
to be my no, he was going to be my sugar daddy. He was going to sugar daddy me.
I said she was about to be a trap queen.
He was going to be my sugar daddy in the boarded up castle. It's fine. So I told him I appreciate the offer, and he's like, "You sexy as hell," and I was like, "It's fine." There's no. It wasn't Jeffrey Dahmer. He wasn't.
It was just some
a
dude
weird
with
white guy.
boarded up windows.
Okay. Just some guy, but it was fine, and I said I appreciate it. Thank you.
Boarded up.
But wait, here's the best part. If you're gonna talk to me like you're about to be my sugar daddy, give me a good tip. Okay, right? You want to be my sugar daddy? You better give me at least 100. It was not even 10%. I said, baby, you can't be my sugar daddy with a 5% tip.
Not at all.
I'm still not going.
That's sweet. That's a Splenda daddy.
Right. That I didn't know Splenda. That's like the fucking off-brand Splenda. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Because Splenda is not real sugar.
Yeah, and even then, it was like off-brand. It was like Walmart Splenda. That's what I got.
That's that sweet and low.
So that was my idea. That's why you've hit on, or you
the weirdest way that I've been hit on. Can I tell about a weird date?
No, it's got to be how you've been hit on or how you hit on somebody.
So I get a lot of weird stuff.
That's a good way to start.
Yeah. I think the weirdest thing would be like, and I get this quite often. People just basically saying like, I bet you can't guess what my credit score is. Like,
are you serious?
I'm
like literally? Like
guys all the time. Or
is it older men or younger men?
It's all. I bet I have a higher credit score than the last dude you dated. So I don't know because I didn't.
What is your credit score threshold? Like, what is it? You gotta be like, you gotta have an 850 or higher, baby, or you're not.
As long as you can take care of yourself and your stuff. I don't. So I don't really have like weird. And then I'm not a good hitting on. Like I don't even know when guys are hitting on me. Like I'll just say some weird. They'll be like, "Hey, you look good." I'm like, or I'll say thank you, or yeah, or something stupid. Like I'll think about it later, or just something.
Like you don't get it in the moment, and then after the fact you're like, oh shit, I was getting it. Like I didn't. Like the barbershop, I had no idea.
Oh, that man was trying.
I know, but I didn't.
I don't think I have weird. I just have weird people.
The fact that they're like, what's your credit? Like that.
It's always that.
That cracks me up.
Yeah. So not really.
Do you ever come back with what's yours? We need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Who we voting?
All right. So you gonna vote first?
Yeah, I'm going to vote for you.
I'm also gonna go tongue in the booty hole if you're a Sag.
Yeah, because that is wild.
She was trying to get me.
I think I'm gonna go with Ty too.
Yay!
All right, Ty. Thank you, and thank you for sharing about the weird credit score.
Yeah.
Guys.
Come on, say it today.
Like, guys, FYI, we don't give up. Nobody, don't hit on people with credit scores.
Or don't ask to lick people's booty.
And don't hit on. And I'm honest. I want to say this. I told one story, but I'm going to tell you right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I will add you on Facebook.
Yeah, add me.
This is a lot of information. Here's the thing.
Oh, you fine.
Don't hit on your DoorDash driver.
Take care.
Don't hit on your Uber Eats driver. Don't ask if you can see your tongue in somebody's booty hole to start. That's more of like a third date scenario.
It's more like a second date.
Okay, second date. I was trying to be nice.
Okay.
It's not quite.
Yeah, I'll put something good in my favorite side.
There's good stuff.
All right, let's see.
Okay, what we got? All right. Most embarrassing moment in front of a crush or somebody that you were like wanted to be with or like a date or something.
Oh god.
Most embarrassing moment in front of a crush.
I don't want to go first.
I already saw these, so I can actually answer.
I farted.
Is there a story behind this, or you just
No,
flat
I
out fucking farted?
just straight out farted.
Like at
Like
first?
on a date?
Tell the story, Red. There's a story in there because you don't laugh this hard if there's not a fucking story.
You farted like on a date?
Or somebody
like no, we were
like in the action?
No,
Tell us the story.
we was at the house. I was cooking, and I had turned around and I just farted.
Oh wow.
He's like, I just turned around and slipped right out.
That's all that means. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Just pulled it.
She left?
He just pulled it.
Oh.
She was like,
She's
that's
a
sexy,
keeper.
baby.
I love the way you fart while you fry that chicken.
Man. That is, hey, if you ever get a girl that says, I love it when you fart and fried chicken, you better keep that one. That's the one.
She's a keeper.
All right, here's my story. So when I was obsessed with this guy, like obsessed. I wanted to be with him. I don't know that he really liked me that much, but I mean, to the point where my friends were like, you were obsessed with this guy. They made a sign that said all blank all the time. Like that's all he used to talk about. So he finally gave me the time of day. And this is back in like early college, maybe late college, before I got knocked up. So it wasn't by him. So we go, clearly you'll hear it. So he's like, sure, I'll take you on a date. Let's go to Cedar Point. I was like, sweet. I love Cedar Point. So we go to Cedar Point. We get there. I was wearing slides. My fucking slide broke. So I had to walk across the blacktop with no shoes on. So I'm like hot as hell. We go, I staple my slide together. And I was like, hey, I'm hungry. Can we eat first? Because it was like, noon one. You get to Cedar Point noon one. He was like, no, let's just go on a ride first. I'm like, that's fine. Let's go on a ride first. So we go wait in line. And we're like halfway through the line. It's like an hour wait. And all of a sudden I was like, fuck, I don't feel good. And I passed out right there in the middle of the line at Cedar Point.
Oh, wow.
Cracked my head on the side. The next thing I remember is like some strange guys over here. And this guy's over here literally like doing like terrified of what just happened. And I'm like on the ground, some old adult guys getting me up. And he was, so then they put me on the ambulance cart at Cedar Point. This is like the golf cart, drove me all the way through the park, got me to the thing. And I was like, what? They're like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. I was hungry. I was hot. Like I needed to eat. They got me all better again. And the whole rest of the Cedar Point day, he followed me around with his hands out behind me. we weren't allowed to ride any rides. He was like, no, I don't want you to pass out again. I was like, can we just fucking go? Like, this is not even cool. I was obsessed with this guy. We get in the car and he's like, all right, cool. So I'm just gonna drop you off at home. And he's like, I got something to do. And I was like, what? He's like, well, I got this girl that I was like kind of talking to. It was like between you and her. And I feel like I'm just gonna kind of like hang out with her. So it was really embarrassing because I passed out, cracked my head, got put in the ambulance, and then I didn't get my boy.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm not fucking with you no more.
Yeah. That was the first day. I was so sad. It was so embarrassing. Passing out anywhere in public is embarrassing as fuck, but
yeah,
that was mine.
This
Yeah.
ain't it.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
This ain't it.
Yeah. And I don't even, I won't go to Cedar Point. I'm like, still won't go because that's it.
Traumatized.
I was.
Just because.
I was. And you know what?
Fucked up.
You know what I love now?
You
That
know
was when I was like
fucked up,
19.
right?
I see him as a grown up and he's not living that life.
It's not even worth it. It wasn't even worth it, child.
No, it wasn't worth it. Now that I see him as an adult, you know what? That was Jesus saying nope.
Nope. That's not the one.
Not for you.
You got one.
You want to go next?
Wait, this was.
Why are you crying again?
I'm not crying.
Not crying.
I'm laughing because y'all are hilarious. What was it? Worst thing to happen on a
Yeah,
date?
so most embarrassing moment in front of a crush.
Oh god.
All right, this gotta be good.
This better be good.
So this one time on my birthday,
Oh shit.
I was going to, well, I want to say sneaky link because there wasn't no sneaking to it. Okay, but anyways, the situationship.
You're
It was
about
my
to link.
birthday. Huh?
You're about to link.
We're about to link. And it was like 3:30 in the morning, and I was leaving Spotlight Lounge, and I got the text like, yo, where you at? I'm like, I'm on my way. And I drove all the way from out here to the north side because I was just like, it's birthday. I'm about to get some birthday sex. Like,
There's a whole song
now.
now.
And I got there, and let's just say I got some motion sickness. There's a lot of motion to the ocean.
Wait, while you were fucking?
And I was just like, please stop.
Oh
I gotta
no!
go.
Please tell me you threw up all over.
I made
So
it
you
like
was throwing up while you was driving.
No,
while he was
I
like
was in the action, and I was like, wait, I gotta stop.
motion to the ocean. And he got motion
I
sickness.
grew up,
happened?
and all I did, I just grabbed myself and just left. And
Did
I
you
was
finish? I'm sorry.
That's a valid question.
This should I
Did
think
you
about
get it?
life.
I finished throwing up.
You didn't finish anything else.
I was just like, no, I was just
poor
so
baby.
embarrassed, and I was just like, and then what made it so bad, I had left my wallet in the house, so I had to like call out. I was like,
Right.
Oh,
No, you wanted to leave and never see that person again.
boy, that wallet was left on the porch.
Yeah, leave it out there. I
How,
don't want to
did
see
they ever
you.
try to talk to you or call?
We talked about
Oh
it,
my
like
God.
way after.
Was it funny or was it not?
Not in the moment, no.
No,
but
but like
afterwards.
after it's funny.
Well, they made sure to ask if I was good, so it was okay. But
Oh,
I woke up the
man.
next morning like, first of all, embarrassed and hungover, and I was just like, yeah, I was very embarrassed.
And also, you know, that was a straight up bragging point for whoever that was. Like, man, that was getting it in, and some guy got so motion sickness because I was riding that shit. You know, that was a bragging point for real.
That was
So yeah, that's my.
Yeah, we can't do that no more.
It doesn't happen anymore. I'm grown.
He grown.
I take some
He
Dramamine
grown.
next time.
And that happened
No,
in
like-
that was like 4 years ago.
But just know yourself. Just
4
if you're
years
gonna go
ago.
get it in, just
Somebody
take some
know.
Dramamine.
Now
Just,
you know.
Well, I know
You
better.
said not the Dramamine.
you know, you gotta
Be
get that.
prepared.
But see-
Yeah.
but
See,
see, I know-
wait. You gave us our tip. Be prepared. Get that
Be
Dramamine.
But this goes
Girl,
back to
get
her
it in.
tip. Her tip was that I was mixing shit though.
But
Yeah.
Because people were buying me stuff.
Oh.
Like, so I knew, y'all know my drink is Long
I don't
Island.
know.
Like, that's my thing.
Oh.
I love Long
Right,
Island,
right,
okay?
right.
So I was drinking Long Island, but people were like, oh,
right,
get
you're
him a
doing
Henny
it.
shot, get him
Mhm.
this, get him that. So I was
Hey,
just
when
like,
they say no,
Hey,
do that,
this is
yeah.
a
You gotta say
Yeah,
no.
don't
well,
mix,
that's-
don't and
that's
get
why I
some
don't drink
Dramamine.
Hennessy. That's why I'm drinking Hennessy.
Every-
Yeah, so
Everybody's got
don't do it.
Yeah, no,
Don't do it.
you get that. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
So there's that.
Yes,
So when I
yes.
say this, let me just go ahead and say this very publicly because I don't want y'all to be like, that's not a crush. Anybody that I'm dating is a crush.
You don't have to rationalize it.
duration. Okay.
Yep.
So I will say I've done some kinky things with some people that I've been with. And my ex at the time, we were messing around at my best friend's apartment. And I was on a cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And it got a little too heated. A little too heated. It wasn't in there too much,
Mm-hmm.
but it got a little too heated to the point where we couldn't find a tampon.
Ooh.
It went up a little too hard. So I'm like, okay, we got to stop for a minute. We got to stop. So I'm like, let me go try to get this. Let me go try to get it. So I went to the bathroom trying to get it.
Oh.
And this was early in our relationship. Like we was only dating for like about 2 or 3 months at this point.
Oh.
So I could not get it. So I had to go back out and ask him like,
You
yo,
fish this
because I
shit out.
didn't want to say nothing to my best friend because she was kicking it with her nigga at that time. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I ain't trying to fuck with them. So I was like, yo, you got to come in here and help me pull this shit out. So, I mean,
Are you
needless to
still with
say,
this person?
no, fuck that
Oh my
motherfucker.
God.
Okay, but no, he literally had to come in the bathroom and I had to leg up because I'm
That's
like, I can
that's-
kind of feel it, but I need you to kind of get up there and he had to.
Good for
come
him.
in.
I mean, I don't know
Hey.
anything. I don't know anything
Yes.
about him.
Hey, I will say, he's
Yeah.
a soldier for doing
He
Yeah,
did.
I was
That's
gonna
how
say,
I knew. That's how I knew he loved
I was gonna
me.
say because
He
I
is definitely
swear
a soldier.
that
That's how I knew he
Yeah,
loved
Lexi in
me.
the
Hell yeah,
building.
It was
did.
early in the
you're gonna pull a
relationship.
tampon
too.
out. Yes, absolutely.
I'm telling you, it was
I
like
like it.
2 or 3 months in.
That's
So,
impressive. I like
yeah.
that. I like that.
We got Lexi in the building.
We do it. You know what? I got one more card. We got to vote on this one for. Well, let Lexi play too. I
Oh,
got
yeah,
one more
Lexi
card.
got a player game too.
But we got to vote on this one. Oh,
You.
shit. Yeah, you pull a
It's you.
tampon out when you're getting it. Yeah.
I
Go on. What do you think, Red?
Well, I don't know yet.
Huh?
You're voting on this.
You
Over
gotta
here.
vote.
Which one you vote?
Oh,
Over here, honey.
oh,
We're voting on this. The most embarrassing moment. So we got the tampon, we got the passing out at Cedar Point,
I ever
we
did
got
in
the
life.
getting motion
Well,
sickness.
we're voting.
We're voting on
If
whose
you
story
did
was
the
who
first.
Did he
started.
go?
I would
He didn't
think
go.
first.
Yes.
I'm
Tampon wins.
first.
You gotta ask for the official
I
tampon out. That's
win.
it. All right. Thank you.
Thank you today.
All right.
All right, come on,
Lexi, you gonna
Lex.
play? You get the last card.
Ooh,
This is our new game. It's called
You
Who Told
popped
It
in
Best.
right on time.
perfect
Yes.
timing, girl.
So we're gonna give you a topic. We're all gonna tell a story, and we're gonna vote on who told the story best.
Okay.
All right. So
She
this is
ready.
weirdest place I've hooked up with someone.
I don't know. I already told it.
Wait, are you talking about the motion sickness or?
No.
Did you just say a parking lot? Come
Bar parking lot.
on. Okay, bar parking lot. What you got?
I'll
Weirdest
say
place?
A park.
That's not weird.
The American Eagle dressing
No,
room.
that's weird.
Really?
Yeah, I fucking did.
Oh.
Period.
It was good.
Mm.
They have nice ones because the doors go all the way down. Just in case anybody wants it.
I'm not hooking up in weird places.
The weirdest place. What's the weirdest place though? Like if it's
She
the
has
kitchen table or the
standards.
floor or the side of the bed that you don't sleep on?
Look, she said home.
Is there anywhere in the home that was?
Kitchen is normal place.
I don't know.
That's where you hook up.
Listen, I fucked in an American Eagle
In the
dressing room. I've
kitchen?
never fucked in the kitchen table.
But she said in home. I think kitchen is great. Sometimes
Where
you
in the
just gotta
kitchen?
do it.
My kitchen is small. I think everybody's seen it before.
I have never seen your kitchen, so you gotta help me out. Like
You gotta
where in
watch
the kitchen?
Cooking with Lexi.
Yeah, you gotta watch Cooking with Cousin Lexi.
Okay, so where in that whole situation are you hooking up?
Before the cooking goes down.
TMI.
Before the cooking goes down.
All right, so kitchen, American Eagle dressing room, park, bar parking lot.
Definitely you.
For
American Eagle,
sure.
that's risky.
That's like
Oh, it's fucking
so
fun as hell.
not disinfected.
Listen, I don't give a fuck.
Before or after.
I wasn't like laying on anything.
Exactly.
This is way before COVID.
I know I said before and after COVID.
But I'm like, I love hooking up weird places, so I could go on.
Look, I'm gonna go with kitchen because I love cooking. So I love.
I hope you do this. I hope you cook before or after you do this. Because if not, we are not. Because you farting in the kitchen and cooking.
He's farting and cooking
Like, you
and
know,
hooking
oh
up.
my
All
God.
the above.
You know,
All right, so
Don't let
we got
them
American
go
Eagle
there.
dressing room. You vote on the kitchen. What you vote
I
on?
ain't gonna fart in the food.
And I'm gonna go with bar. What park was it and where?
I think a park is risky, period.
I mean, I fucking
It
Willie's
was
Park
on the
once.
east side.
Wait,
Oh,
which
explain
East
it
Side
to
Park? Because I used to.
You was definitely risking it all.
Right. Which one?
What was that, Navarre?
Oh, the one with the little pool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with the park. We'll go with that one.
A lot of people were fucking there.
Yeah, I fucked it once.
Including red.
Look at the swimming pool.
Oh wow. All right.
All right.
Was that it?
So, all right. So I win. American Eagle parking lot.
All
There we go.
All right. Well, that
That's
was a
it.
fun little game.
That's
Thank
fun
you,
little
Miss
game.
Amy, for that.
We won't do as many
appreciate it.
questions next time. We had a lot of guests, so we had to
Yes, we'll shut them down next time. But that was
Yeah.
fun.
do.
All right. Well, it's a very special time because we got some celebrations,
We
right?
do.
So-
I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna move this. I'm
Yes.
gonna get up. Okay.
Well, you could just.
I'll just get it all. I'll get up and get it all.
Yes, we have to celebrate some amazing people.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide backwards. Hold on. Don't judge me. Just watch him, not me.
You know when you break stuff,
I know
sometimes
this
be
is why I have to
careful.
slide backwards.
Or you know, you could have just had one of them grab it for
I
us.
got you.
I'm about to say.
No, I got it. I got it. We're all good.
I'm already up here.
There's stuff everywhere.
She's moving.
You got that one. You get that one. Where's the rest of that?
It's not right there. That's right here.
Oh, okay.
I'm prepared.
I got you. All right. So which one are we doing first? Do you want to do that one first?
No, we're gonna do red first.
Okay. So Red, we just talked about turning 33.
So in case y'all don't know, Red's birthday was the other day, right? So we have some very special stuff for him.
Happy birthday!
Happy
We got happy
Oh
birthday.
my God.
Those are
Oh, that's
vanilla
so
treats you
cute.
asked me for earlier.
I love bunk cake.
Me too.
That is heavenly.
Get it away from the microphone. We can hear it.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you gotta hear that's people that like that shit.
We don't know what that crinkle is.
ASMR.
For
Yeah,
sure they
see,
love
you're
it.
with me. I watch those videos
I just started watching it.
Oh, the ASMR.
sometimes.
Man.
This is why he blew this. You were like, oh,
He
remember?
didn't know we was talking about.
I know he wasn't listening.
Yeah.
My 1739. I was like, I got Red since
Oh my
1739.
Look, I need a bottle of that in here.
I got you.
He needs a bottle of a lot of stuff in here. I told her. We're Dr. Bauer.
Just so you know.
So happy birthday. Enjoy your
Oh my God.
cakes that we won't say because they don't sponsor us.
So what she said was that
They're
she been
great
watching
cakes.
the show and she been paying attention. Been drinking at 17:30.
And huffing up. And
That
look,
is not what I said.
Yeah, yes you did.
That is
Yes,
not
you
what I
did.
said. That is not
You be
what I
watching the
said.
show.
so happy birthday. Enjoy
Happy
33.
birthday.
I don't remember 33. I don't even know what the fuck. I don't know. So enjoy
Oh,
it.
man, I
It was that
appreciate
far?
you. I appreciate
I fucking
everybody.
was.
I swear, man. That's
Yeah, thank you. I had a kid. I was parenting a baby, so that's why I don't remember that.
Got you.
Say I have my son.
and now
So you're.
Wait, hold on.
This is
Oh,
his,
not bad.
you just enjoy. Here, look.
Enjoy the
This
kiss.
is not dead, so you can open it.
All right. So today officially marks 1 year that we've been at Many Faces Podcast Studio.
Oh,
Yes.
so nice.
Yeah. And so we had to come through and we had to celebrate Lexi because you came in our lives at a point where we didn't know if our show was going to be running or not. And I still tell this story all the time. When we needed a place to go, Lexi was like, I should have been here anyway. And so the podcast studio we were at before here shut down. They didn't even give us a notice they were shutting down. We put up to the studio one day to record, and it was like, yeah, the studio was gone. Like it was nothing there.
Yeah.
So we had a show to do literally like 2 weeks later.
Can I borrow this real quick?
We had a show to do like 2 weeks later. And I was like, man, where are we gonna go? Like we had asked Shawanda at FX Studio, she was gonna buy stuff. We was like trying to buy equipment, like that's gonna take too much time to set up. Like we had like a big guest coming up in like 2 weeks. And so we reached out to Lexi. Lexi's like, I should have been here anyway. She came through and we've been here ever since. And we are so thankful for everything.
I should have really was up to no good.
And you know what?
She don't like surprises.
But can I also
What
say
is
this?
going on?
I don't know Lexi well, but I will say this: that is in your personality. Like I feel like you're the kind of person. If I'm like, I need to roll up and I need this, you're gonna make it happen.
For sure,
And I love that.
So we have to give you your flowers like we always do.
Yes.
Okay. But you know we are big here on self-care here at Mud Talk. So we have a gift card for you to go get a massage at Massage Envy.
Oh, bless your
Go get that rub
soul.
down.
You speaking my language.
Yes.
Rub down, baby.
Yes.
Self-care over everything.
Over everything.
Yes.
So we have a gift card for you to go to Massage Envy whenever you want to go. Okay. Go and get your rub down. Go ahead and get your massage and enjoy
Bless
it.
your
Because
soul.
you not only do you do a lot here on Mud Talk, but you do a lot. Period. You're the community.
Man.
You got Village
Thank you,
Academy.
thank you.
Three
Yes,
Hearts.
we are officially back open Monday.
Yay!
It's been
Yes.
a long
I'm about to
time.
bring my kids up
Come
here.
enroll your children because
Yes.
yes,
She got
technology
big
is.
meals on wheels.
Mhm.
Big-
Look, we out on a gig right now. What time is we wrapping up?
Yeah. So big meals on
Yeah.
wheels.
What you cooking today? Because I'm hungry.
Every time we pull up. Look, actually, we are on Fish Fry today.
Mm,
So you
okay.
can book us for
Because
private
it's Lent,
events.
right? So we do
Yeah.
Fish Fry Fridays. Okay.
Yes, and not only big meals on wheels. She's part of the Juneteenth, celebration, everything that's coming up, putting that in
Community
motion.
events.
Girl,
Yeah.
you do a whole lot.
Yes,
So-
indeed. Yes,
You need
indeed.
to go get yourself,
It's a lot.
and when you're in that massage, you need to clear your mind.
Your mind.
We
For
appreciate
sure, I'll be
you so
playing the
much.
podcast. We'll talk while I'm there.
Period.
Period.
Don't even do
Need
that.
all them
Just
strings.
after on the way there and back, we got to get you just completely clear.
Yes. And so
Yeah.
since we've been here, we charted at number 112 on
Yes.
Apple Podcast charts, and that's huge considering we upcoming podcast here in Toledo, small little Toledo, and to be number 112 on the Apple Podcast charts is major. And then, like we said, over the weekend, we hit over 1,000 streams of Mud Talk since we started here. Like it's a lot of things have been happening, things have been in motion. People have reached out to us to come and do hosting gigs and events and
Amazing
streaming
guests and people that
guests
just
and
offer a
everything.
lot. Yeah.
People offer a lot. So, but we couldn't do that.
And and not only just the place to go, but just your feedback in general.
Yes.
The things like I was laughing because I was adjusting. I'm like, I cannot get that. There's a microwave. Shh. But I was like, I can't get that in the view because that's one of our, feedback.
sure.
You just give us this feedback, and it's
Yes.
we talk about it after every show. We talk about how we can fix it, and we appreciate that.
Shout out to Ty. Ty does whatever I tell him to. I'll be like, Ty, I don't
Yeah, he
like that angle. What was going on this show? Ty listens where he is a very coachable person.
Yes.
And that is what we need, is that we don't take offense to the critiques that somebody giving you. Ty don't be in his feelings at all.
Yeah.
I be like, okay, I think this host might need a break. I think we're going to reel back on this. Remember, you're the captain of the ship, and Ty has done wonderful. Even with cutting in, and we're adding in commercials. So start recording while y'all out at pop-up shops and things. Record yourself with your product, so then you can get some product placement on Mud Talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give us a product. Hey, we'll try them. I'll
sponsorships.
sample them. We'll come out. You can have White Girl come out to your business. We'll sample
We'll
your whole business.
at
We'll
your
record at your
business.
business.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they're gonna make some great commercials this summer, and you don't want to miss out.
Yes.
And all of that will be incorporated into the Mud Talk podcast as a video stream or as a advertisement.
There forever.
Podcast, social media. It's just gonna be, and also not only that, she's the reason why we can actually see my face.
Exactly.
I appreciate that.
Exactly.
I do.
And I
You understood me. You're like, I can't see her, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate Lexi so much for even having me on here. I appreciate you, Ty, and then you, Lexi, for even introducing me to this.
For sure.
Like, this is a lot to
It's
me.
been a lot of grind.
I real life. I dedicate this for real.
For sure, for sure.
Like,
when we all win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's been so dope to be here for 1 year. It feels like home. We always talk about how we felt before we came here. We didn't know what the vibe was. We came here. Everybody's like,
Yes.
I love being here. Like,
Well,
it's such a vibe.
And that was
love
true. So
it.
my first
I
guest
swear to God,
appearance
I
was
love
at the other one, and my second guest appearance was here. And I was like, "This is so homey." The first one, I was so nervous, like I was like shaking. I couldn't even get
Yes.
myself together.
So we always tell this
Yes.
story. I think we told it on the 1 year anniversary. So when Amy first came into the show, when we were at our old studio, it used to be this big clock, like a red clock.
For
And you would be
sure.
looking at it because we only had like, what are you doing, Red?
It's fine. We just let Red do his.
So,
Don't worry about me.
You're
Well,
just,
I can hear
there's
you
a
in my
lot of
ears.
noise happening over here. It's fine.
All right,
So-
Brad.
thank you. So
He's happy
we,
with his gifts.
he's very
Yeah.
happy. So Amy came into the show. And we had like 30 minutes. And so we were constantly looking at this clock. And so Amy was supposed to come on and give like 10 tips for like Valentine's Day.
How to get like intimate on
yeah.
Valentine's Day.
I think I cut her off at like tip 4.
I was,
just
and I
like-
really was like, what the fuck? But also, there's a clock there,
there's a clock. And I was like, oh shit, we only got 30 minutes. I'm just like, okay.
and I
Amy,
couldn't say dick pic.
yeah, she couldn't cuss. She couldn't say anything. So I was like, okay, thank you, Amy, for coming to the show. And that was just like how our show would run because we only had 30 minutes. So we're trying to pack everything in. And when we came here, it just felt so relaxed and so homey and so good.
You need time to get acclimated with the equipment. Ty
Yeah.
listens, and I'll upgrade something in the studio, and I'm like, I need y'all to go play with it. We don't need to
Yeah.
learn on screen.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they have that open door to come in when it's not recording time. You don't need to learn on screen. So if any mistakes y'all see, it's not because of many
No,
places.
It's not.
No, not at all.
Somebody didn't come in here and learn a new.
It's because I broke
Now, the
something.
la-
It's
the last
because I
one
got
was
drunk
my
and broke
fault.
something. We'll just blame it on me. Blame it on the white girl. I got you.
But they
But
definitely
no,
are just growing with the space, and we changing some stuff around in here. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
me and
like-
Lacey have had some tough conversations because she'll be like, call me as soon as you done. And I'll call and I'm just like, oh boy, let me pray before we talk. And we've had some tough conversations.
But it's all good
though.
because
It's all
then
good
it
stuff,
trickles
yeah.
down and he's like, what are we gonna do about this, or what do we do about
Or
this?
she'll just put it in the comments and she'll be like, fix that camera right
Yeah.
now. I'm like, hey,
I
hey,
sometimes
Or wait. Hey, last episode. Next question, please. I was cracking up. I was like,
yeah,
let's
let
see.
me running on. I'm like, let me guide y'all back.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
guide the ship.
I
back
appreciate
on
that.
yes, I'll be like, ooh, thank God it's in the private comments and not on here. I can
For
see it.
sure.
So,
But we appreciate that.
we appreciate it so much, and it's helped so much just with the angles and the lighting and the sound, and we're all more aware of it too because we'll be like, we can hear this or we can hear that. You know what
Like
I'm
the
saying?
opening of the birthday presents in
Yes.
the middle of your
You know, in the middle of my
giving her
segment,
her
Red.
flowers.
Thank you.
Like I have no idea where
That you're gonna have to cut out in post production. So thank you.
that's why I'm the audio engineer.
Definitely.
He likes those sounds.
He does. So we're gonna give it your flowers, Ms. Lacey.
Yay.
Thank you.
Oh, that was
I
fun.
wish I was over there to give you the applause.
Yes.
I got
Here
some
is
real
your
flowers, but I
massage.
ain't buying no fake ones.
No, real.
No,
Like,
they
put them
don't-
in water.
These
and open
These
them and all
real
that.
flowers.
Smell good. Oh yeah.
And there is your massage
Go
gift
get
card.
yourself rubbed down.
Go get
Yeah.
rubbed down. Yes. So thank you so much, Ms. Lexi. We appreciate you. Thank you to Many Faces Podcast Studio, the Village Academy, Big Meals on Wheels, everything that Ms. Lexi does. We
Vibe
appreciate it.
Lounge, pull up.
Vibe Lounge.
That's where I was
Vibe
last.
Lounge.
Yes.
Okay.
Pull up
Is that
the
it?
line.
Mhm, that's
Yep.
where-
She
I like
did.
the vibe.
She
That's where I just was at.
Oh, yeah. That's why she got here so quick.
It's a vibe. I like it.
All right. So we have in the next 2 weeks, we have a special guest on the show, right?
We do.
Well, before we do that, right?
Okay.
Before we do that, I'm so excited about this next show in the next couple weeks because we're calling it Toledo Media Day, and we are paying honor and homage to people from different parts of media here in Toledo. So we have Tisha Lee from the Juice 107.3 who's going to be on here. We tried to get Christian Brenneman. She was originally scheduled, but she said let's circle back. So she'll be here sometime in like April, May.
And that's your thing. Like you're like
That's
I see
me.
that,
I
yeah.
made a public post and she responded, and I was so excited. So we've been texting back and forth. So super excited.
And I happened to just make contact. We have a Grammy-winning music producer in Toledo. He won a Grammy for producing on Beyonce's album.
Renaissance album.
Okay, now.
And his name is Jamil Asi, and he is going to be coming to our next show.
Yes.
We're going to talk about winning that Grammy.
He produced 2 tracks on Beyonce's Renaissance
Yep.
album that just came out.
And when during the Grammys, he got to get the Grammy. So he's been doing a lot of media appearances, and he's going to come to Mud Talk.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Gonna turn up.
I think it's a historical vibe that Mud Talk just gives. If you have to know Mud Talk's history, Many Faces podcast studio history. We came along after we left the studio where Ty was at, and we was just in here like, we gonna make this space great. And when I say I gotta always shout out my guy Chris McBrayer.
Shout out to Chris.
You see these walls got
Yeah.
painted. You see this stuff built on the walls. You see everything he researched with me night and day. Like, we're gonna make this space a podcast studio. This was my office, y'all.
Oh wow.
I no longer have an office at Village, and we made this space. And he was like, I researched. We need rugs on the floor. They absorb sound. We need this. When I say he was on it, and we just got in here and made it happen. And every show we was learning, and every show we had a problem, but we worked through all of those things. And he brought the history to this space because he had the Hernika Jones. We brought all of those sport-based anything. They all was in here. They was all in here already. Bring them from across. We was doing Zooms last year, year before last, in Many Faces podcast studios with coaches, national coaches and things. So it's so great to see y'all take that time to get comfortable. And now here comes the history. This is what the space does.
And we've had Julius Darrington on the show. You know, he has worked with R. Kelly and the Isley Brothers. We've had
Globetrotters.
Globetrotters in the building. And now we got Mr. Jamil coming on. And
Grammy-winning producer.
So he worked on track number 1, I'm That Girl, and track 13, All Up in Your Mind, which is the 2 songs that he
walked away with the Grammys.
And walked away with a whole Grammy.
Killing it.
Killing it. So, well, we think
there's some other ones in the mix too. Like we got some ideas coming through, and some that you don't even know about that I'm about to tell you. So we get out there.
Oh shoot! Okay. Look at
hey, it pays to work with kids for 23 years because then they go out and do great things, and you bring them back, just like your former student.
Yes, that was so crazy to interview him. That was crazy. I taught him in 8th grade. So that story that he was about to tell about the alcohol thing, it wasn't in my class. It was in somebody's class.
I cut that off because I wasn't sure. I was trying to protect you.
No, it was. They was doing some stupid stuff, but no, that wasn't somebody else's class. But they got into a lot of trouble for that. But it's so dope to see him doing good. Though. Like he's doing really well. Yeah. When I talked to him before the show, I told him like just how proud I was to see him just grow because in 8th grade, so his name was Treviso. He would have never. He was like the typical kid of like I hate school, like I'm not doing no work. Like when he say like he didn't like school, like he really did not like school. And so to hear that he graduated, to hear that he's an artist and a producer and a father now with his own home, like that makes my heart feel so good.
Because as mentioned here, that's what it is.
Yes. And then at his age at that,
yes. And so many people, I won't say so many people, sometimes teachers, when they have that kid like that, they just don't want to deal with it or they want to give up on them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And so I always tell my students, once I'm your teacher, I'm always your teacher. I don't care if you're 25, 30 years old, I'm always your teacher. And so for him to be on that show or on this show, that's how I know like we have that cool relationship still. Because if he had a teacher of somebody who didn't care about him and was doing a podcast, he probably would be like, fuck you. Like he probably would have literally said, fuck you. Like he was that kid in 8th grade and was like, this Lexi, fuck you. Like I'm not doing this work.
You know, it's funny because like I actually had
like he would have said that.
I had some kids ask me. They said I had a kid ask me one day. He said, "Who are your heroes?" And I said, "I'm telling you who my heroes are. I have a wall in my office, and it is all of me with a selfie with my former graduates, and it's me basically, and it says underneath them like the year they graduated and why they're my hero and what they're doing to live their dream." I said, "All of you are my. When you graduate and go live your dream, you're my heroes because that's what we're working with. There's not a bigger honor than when you're working with kids and." You see him through their struggles. I'm sure you saw him through his struggles. He started to tell the alcohol story. I'm sure there was many more.
Yes.
But then when they grow up and when they go out and they live their big kid lives and they come back and you can see them doing that to me, those are my heroes.
Absolutely. And what's so crazy is that him and we had the Nightheart Jelani on the very first season. They were in the same class together. I was both their teachers. Yeah. So to see them do like the whole music thing and really just blossom and just be amazing, dope adults and people in life. Like that makes me very, very happy.
It's also how you know you're old as fuck too.
That's true.
That's how I feel.
Because you heard the first question he asked was, "You still teaching?" I was
right.
Like, what the fuck that means?
Well, and I sit here and I'm sitting here like aside from like we're similar age, our financial base, but everybody I could have been all your. I don't know how old you are, but I could have been all your teachers.
37.
Yeah, my oldest students were 36.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see. About that.
Yeah.
Sound like you.
Well, I was Treviso's teacher. So I was 22.
Yeah.
When I
was 21. I had just turned 22, like the very first day of like.
We're gonna help y'all wrap it up.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Out of here.
So, with that being said, make sure y'all tune into the show in 2 weeks. But with that, I'm Big T.
I'm Red.
I'm Missing.
Mother Talk's favorite white girl. You're listening to the only show that brings you the latest in music, news, and fashion, and the only show that keeps your ears to the streets.
while you grind in the 419.
All right, we'll see y'all in 2 weeks, y'all. Deuces.